What a joke. I worked my ass off to get where I am. And you take these shortcuts and you think suddenly you're my peer? You do what I do because you're funny and you can make people laugh? I committed my life to this.
Every day I wake up and I hope you're dead. Dead like if I can guarantee Henry would be okay, I'd hope you get an illness and then get hit by a car and die.
In this video, we're going to talk about secondary objectives, a way to make your combat encounters spicy, delicious, fantastic. Secondary objectives enhance combat in D&D to an exponential degree. Let's go ahead and dive into number 10. Rescue missions. Task your players with rescuing an NPC or retrieving an item during combat. It will help add layers of urgency and potentially even a moral dilemma. My favorite example of this is instead of sending the players to kill the goblin camp that may raid the village, right? That's a consequence. Sometimes that's good enough. The goblins abducted the blacksmith. And now they need to save the blacksmith and kill the goblins. It's a secondary objective that spices things up.
You people should be thanking Christ that I am who and what I am because you need me. You need me to save you. You do. I am the only one who possibly can. You're not the real heroes. I'm the real hero.
Holy, look at all this damage!
Where? Where?
Where, Dwight?
Seems like you already know where.
It's like a little
Hi there, everybody,
watermark.
and welcome to Roll with Advantage. Welcome to tonight's episode of the Salamander Coast. Let's roll the intro and dive in. Yeah, this might be.
For what I'm fucking doing, but I'm trying every fucking day.
I would have never even met you.
Sure, it's a very lengthy repertoire. But
A powerful warrior, which, I definitely agree with you on, but
So. Hi, everybody, we're back. Not that you can find them, but apparently there are videos on this channel that are now marked private that have some really intense ASMR from back in college. What type? I don't
We did
know.
mouth
I never found it.
We did mouth noises.
Oh, thank you, Furby, for the gifted sub. It's very kind of you. For ASMR.
Subpraise.
Thank you. That one's for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. As is tradition here on Roll with Advantage, I do not do the summary, nor does any DM do the summary, but the players do the summary. This week on summary is John. John, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Yeah, I'm ready. So, last session, the party ran into more trouble within the city of Kamori. We faced a shadowy group of casters, sirens, and Banshin. During the fight, Carousella found herself able to see and interact with both the material and ethereal planes simultaneously, which was super cool. After the fight, we left the city, but as we did, we felt a strange dark energy starting to affect us. The curse on the land of Opokami, not Opokame, that would affect us moving forward. At the city's edge, Carousella saw spirits of townfolks in the ethereal plane who were stuck in a cursed limbo. They told us to find a shrine to a tree spirit in the north and to free it from Desmond's forces. We had reached the trails of the outside city. We tried to rest, but couldn't feel fully recovered. The curse made it hard to get our strength back, so every fight would be tougher. We finished the session continuing on the trail towards the shrine. That's it.
Hell yeah, look at that. You said that was rough. I was anticipating half that. So good job. Look at that. Keep the bar low. They'll always be impressed. Yeah, there you go.
That was some reverse psychology.
I also like that you edited yourself as you were speaking like Mr. Beat.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Thank you.
Catch more on 96.3.
Back to the Salamander Coast.
The auto shop. All right, so here we go. That is right where we are going to pick up. Get out of here, music. I don't want you anymore. You know what I want? Dark Forest is what I want. So that's exactly where we're going. As all of you can still see, at this point now, the spirits of the villagers fading away. Seeing the spirits of the villagers fade away into nothingness, leaving behind the decayed, broken, torn apart, absolutely decimated city of Komori. You see the path that lies before you, leading north to the manor all of you were told about. Specifically, let me just go ahead and post this in the chat just so you guys have the name exactly. Yurei Manor. You're a what? I don't know. It's up for you to decide. There's the name. So, all of you begin to make your way northward. That's where the spirits told you to go, and there is only one path forward. So, as all of you gather yourselves, you can feel the Blight's curse weigh down on you. You can feel that whether short rest or long rest, it's not going to be nearly as effective as you would hope it to be, regardless of what location you are in. In order for the curse to fully go away, you'll need to leave Opokami. Remove yourself from its soil. The curse runs deep on this island. Seems as though even you can assume, even by traversing into a pocket dimension like a Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion or Private Sanctum, or what have you, the curse is on you, and it's there to stay. So, with that, for one, thank you, Furby, for the 3,260 bits. You are a king. You dropped this. Matt, edit and post a crown. Okay. This is live. Shit. Here you go. So, with that, all of you begin your walk. Now, my question to all of you is, are you going to, in terms of rest, do you want to rest right outside of the city? Do you want to make a little bit of a distance? Yurei Manor, they told you it was maybe a 2-day, 2-rest journey from where you're at. So it's entirely up to you what exactly you want to do in terms of the resting situation.
I mean, I believe our plan was to try and travel as far as we could before we needed a rest.
I'm at 28 HP.
Out of how much?
112.
Shit.
So unless we got some healing options, I kind of was thinking at least a short rest would be kind of nice. I don't know what everyone else needs, but maybe we got some healing options.
I don't know where I'm at right now, but that would be nice for me as well.
You're in the snow or something.
Yeah, you're not there right now.
All right, never mind. Disregard me.
Lucky.
I guess the real question between a short and a long rest is if we're anticipating danger outside of the city.
I think we should anticipate danger everywhere.
Yeah, but I think we'd at least probably want to get a bit of distance from the city because we know the city is at least a hotspot of just bad shit.
Mm-hmm. Does I forget? Does Carousel have Song of Rest?
She's a bard, so yeah.
Do they all get that? I forget.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
just a
class
nice thing. Yeah.
Sick. Doesn't it give us more hit dice to roll or something like that?
No, it gives a D10 when you do use hit die.
Right. Okay, so what were the conditions? Or you posted them again somewhere, Joe, right?
I did, yeah. I
Conditions?
posted them in the general chat, but I will.
Oh, they're up here
We
somewhere.
got buried by adorable.
It's true.
Where was it in?
Yeah. Because I think with short rest, right, it's like we can either get short rest abilities or use our hit die. And so I guess that just
Right.
goes into the thing where getting hit die back is one of the long rest options. So
So
if we're going
here,
to
I'll
start
put
burning
this
those, we're going
in.
to keep track of that as well.
Right, because long rest options were get full health, or get all your hit dice back, or
Your
spells.
hit dice and
Yeah.
abilities. Recover all expended hit dice and abilities.
The thing is, can we even afford a long rest right now?
What do you mean afford? We're gonna need to take one eventually.
Yeah, we're going to need take 2 if it's 2 days to get to the shrine, so...
Mhm.
Hey, we're not really on a time crunch anymore. I mean, we are, but we're not like.
Yeah, there's not a set day that anything needs to be done by.
I'd say we should long rest, because I think we could long rest here, and then on our. How far away are we from the manor?
About 2 days.
Okay, so we should I think we should long rest here. We'll long rest again before we get there, and then between those 2 points, we can short rest to heal any health we miss, and then also possibly gain back some resources. Right? If we full heal now, short rest to gain back short rest abilities, and or health, then long rest again to gain actual long rest abilities.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I just wanted to let peeps know that I'm like, I need to rest, period. So
Your hit
however we do it.
You're gonna have to use like all of your hit dice if we short rest.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can
Let's
long
just
rest.
yeah, let's go ahead and long rest as soon as we're out of this bad neighborhood.
The wrong
So
side
just-
of the track.
Just looking to get maybe 20, 30 minutes outside of the city, and then kind of go a little bit off the road and rest there.
Well, I mean, we can still use the sanctum, right? It doesn't affect
Yeah,
the
yeah,
curse.
yeah.
At least the safety of the sanctum we still have,
I
right?
I think traveling away is still a good idea because if we,
Okay.
exit and then we're in the middle of the city, bad shit could just happen. We can't control where we exit.
Or someone powerful might come along and just dispel the mansion.
That would never happen.
Oh, you right.
Impossible.
Good, because I don't think they could see where the entrance is when it's
Oh, so-
closed. I don't know.
True sight is a thing.
That's true.
Are you giving them ideas?
Sorry.
It's okay, because that would never
Take
happen.
back everything I said.
Yeah, I don't think. Listen. I'm open to it, but I gotta give time. The last time you guys used it, I used arcane lock on the door, so
Yeah. It was-
I gotta respect
Could
that
happen
a bit. Yeah.
Let's go 30 minutes away from the city.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Let's get away from danger.
Okay.
Danger.
So, you make your way through the forests of Opokami. Traversing through the paved path in front of you, the tall bamboo off to your left and your right, rotten roots by your feet. The one thing that is so eerily apparent is the distinct lack of nature. You could have swore when you first entered the woods you heard it. But you realize now that was just a trick you'd been conditioned to. When you step outside of the city, the sounds of nature embrace you. That is not the case here. The only thing you hear is this droning. This presence. And every once in a while, the cry of a Banshee from within the city. Your time is limited to find somewhere safe So, picking up the pace, 20, 30 minutes, you travel north away from the city, off into the woods just a bit, in a safer outcropping. And then, Carasilla, you summon the sanctum. Now, is this the traditional sanctum, or is it different now? I thought you didn't you take a special spell with level 13? I thought you asked me about that a while ago.
Oh, right. Yeah, no. I just asked because I have access to it if the general divine sanctum could be upgraded. And I mean, you said yes then, so hopefully
Okay.
it's a yes
Okay.
now.
Yep. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Okay.
All right. All right. So, with that, for the purposes of this, we'll say that with this casting of the spell, knowing that you need a little bit more space and comfort, the effects take place as all of you, Carasilla conjures the door, and all of you step in to Carasilla's sanctum.
Oh,
Ooh.
look at this! The stained glass ceiling, girl.
I'm
Well,
not gonna
there's
make
the
a
ceiling.
big thing out of it, but Ajax is gonna ask the party who's going to look out for Renshi.
Oh, I mean, definitely Bianca would.
Okay. Wait,
Unless-
no.
The both of us can too.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it should not just be one person out there.
Especially not someone with 20 HP.
Yeah, I mean,
I got about 40. I can do it.
I said that mostly because Bianca's like I said last week, like definitely wants to have a conversation with Winter Renshi, but if we want to do more of the technical stuff, then yeah, Bianca can stay inside.
I mean, someone can stay out there with you, or just like open the door periodically to check in if you want to do.
You still good? You still breathing? Good.
Hello? All right, you're still there.
Yeah, I mean,
Have the
I figured
Kuotoa
they'd
check up
sit.
on you, you know?
Yeah,
What
I figured
if-
they'd sit by the door anyway, so that if anything happens, you just walk on back in.
So how about you watch for Renshi, I'll watch you, Ajax watches me, Carasilla watches Ajax, Suni watches Carasilla, and the Kuotoa watch Suni.
I love
I
it.
think that's a good plan.
Alright.
Yeah.
And no one sleeps.
No
Yeah.
one's in the sanctum. We just
Until
popped it
Renshi
for
shows up,
vibes.
nobody sleeps.
Someone watch the Kuotoa so we can hear their voices again.
Okay. All right. So Bianca is the one primarily searching for Winter Renshi. All right.
Or any season Renshi, but yeah.
Any Renshi, regardless of season. You got it. All right. So, Bianca, you start your watch, and the rest of the party keeping an eye on her, but resting what you can. So, as you all begin your rest, Bianca, you begin to look out for Winter Renshi or any Renshi that may approach the door. Is anybody else doing anything in the meantime? It's okay if the answer's no.
Bedtime, man.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, until Renshi gets back, I don't think I have anything.
Okay. So, all of you just relax. Whether it be in the central sort of foyer area or in the rooms, you rest. Quite some time passes, Bianca. Probably 2 hours. Sitting at the door, waiting. Getting up every once in a while to stretch or get something to drink or something to eat. But eventually you see a cool mist blowing down the road. A defiant mist. The cold of winter in this climate currently is strange to see. And it is coming from the north, heading south to where you came from. And eventually it stops the mist and coalesces back into a person. as you look up and you see Winter Renshi standing there before you, probably 40 feet away from the door. You can see Winter Renshi looks to you and sort of squints his eyes a bit and begins walking towards the door.
Okay, so just for physicality, is it like Bianca's beyond the door but can see out of it, or is she standing right outside the door?
I think that is up to whatever Bianca's comfort level would be. You can do both. You can open the door and look out, or she could be right outside the door if that's what you wanted. Whatever you want.
Yeah, I imagine she'd be right outside the door. I just didn't know what the if there needed to be anything technical. So
Nope.
yeah, she'll kind of as he approaches, she'll like kind of take a few steps forward, maybe not like hasten towards him like maybe he is, and she'll like kind of cross her arms, not in a mean way, just kind of in a discomfort way, and say, "Hi, Winter Renshi. It's nice to maybe have a actual greeting this time."
He just sort of stares at you.
Remember me from the Hells? And you abruptly showed up then? Which is fine. Any Renshi's a friend. Do you want to come inside?
I would like that, yes.
Can I see? Can I get the vibe as to why he wants to come inside? I'm getting scary feelings now.
He's just tired.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all, if I just brought in some bad vibes. So Bianca would not get any impression to like be cautious.
Nope.
Damn. Okay. All right. So yeah, she'll kind of like look him up and down, but kind of give like a half smile, and then open the door for him. But she wants to go in behind him, so kind of like wait, holding the door, waiting on him to enter.
Mm-hmm. He steps forward a bit and then stops, and then looks to you. Interesting. And he'll walk inside.
Okay. She'll follow in, shut the door, but then, I don't know, maybe like, does he sit? Like, is he just standing around?
He walks in, takes a couple steps, and he begins to look around. This is his first time ever being in the Sanctum, Winter Renshi at least.
Right. She'll kind of like pass him, and then like I assume there's like tea or something, so she'll be like, "Here, take a seat. What was it that you found interesting?"
Thank you for the tea.
Of course. This is the kind that at least both Summer and Spring Renshi really like. I don't know if it's one that you find you would like as well. I'm curious how similar, and the differences that each of you have, if you don't mind me just chatting with you for a bit.
Very well.
Well, I guess for starters, an easy one is, do you like this tea?
The tea is fine.
Okay. How much do you know about your other seasons? I know autumn comes right before you, and I figured that with the scrolls passing and everything, that you get to know the most about autumn. I'm not sure how much you like to share with spring. It seems like you like to keep to yourself a little bit, but just curious if it's like how that works for you, at least.
I know the most of all of them.
Really? How's that? Like, how does that work? Are you kind of like Is there like a main season?
No.
Is there something wrong? Did I say something wrong?
No. If there's no other questions, I'd like to rest now.
Well, actually, if I'm being honest, I have still a lot of questions. I don't know if I've gotten many answers. I mean, if you're not willing to chat right now, that's all right. But I know the other seasons, at least of the two that I've met, are very curious about you as well. And I was kind of hoping I could help bridge that gap a little bit. I saw, when you all were in the Hells, I saw 5 of you, actually. Do you know anything about the 5th?
Why does that matter?
Well, I care about you. I mean, I went to hell to save you. That's why I care. And I want to know.
You went to hell to save Spring and Summer Renshi. You know nothing of me. If there's one thing that I can clarify for you, we are not one person. We are different people. You do not know me. You did not save me.
Do you not want to know me? Us? Them? We're housing you, and if you're apparently separate, maybe you're not welcome here.
If I'm not welcome here, then I will leave. And he goes to turn around to leave.
No, you can be. Please, Renshi, I'm sorry. I'm trying here. You can be welcome here, but I guess I just don't understand. Look, I'm not a stranger to the kind of loneliness that winter can hold. And I don't know if that's something about how Eladrin work that you're dealing with. Because I'd love to help.
I think you mischaracterize me.
That would make sense. I don't know you, but I'd like to.
Why?
Because of every other Renshi I've gotten to know, you are a wonderful person with many facets, and I care about each and every one of you. All 5 of you.
I am the least Renshi of them. I am the least like them. I share the least in common with them. You do not need to know me, nor do I need to know you. I would like to rest, to recover my strength, and to continue on with this mission. Your questions are appreciated, but they are not needed. It does not serve a greater purpose, other than to serve your own curiosity.
Well, are you... By this mission, do you mean our mission or a singular mission? Because if you're intending on traveling and working with us, then I think these questions and getting to know and care about you is more than necessary.
If you do not wish for me to be here, then I can rest outside.
Okay, walk me through what I just said, being I don't want you here.
You need to know more about what I'm doing, about what my mission is. When I have made it clear
What
that
do you want to work with us or not?
I would like
care.
to
If you
rest
wanna-
here.
Are you going to come travel with us in the morning?
I will not be here in the morning. If I have my wish, I will not be. But it's very clear to me that I am frustrating you.
Clearly I'm frustrating you, which is.
I will rest
not at
outside.
all.
I apologize for any misgrievances I have given you.
Wrench-
And he's going to turn to walk out.
Oh my god. She rubs her eyes. Oh. In this moment, guys, or even Joe, should I beg him to stay here? I feel bad, but also, what the hell is happening? Because I don't want my decision alone to fuck over the party. I'd like that to be a group decision if he stays. I'll say whatever we want the group to think.
I mean, I feel like it's not a good idea for anyone to be outside alone in the bad, corrupted lands. But, I mean, if he's adamant against it...
So you want me to try again? Are we cool with that?
You do you, Gully Pop.
I just don't want someone to stab us. Okay, fine. She'll follow after him and say, "No, Renchi, I'm sorry. Please stay. It is... I mean, you've seen outside. This is not a hospitable place, and you need a safe place to rest. So, rest. And if you're here in the morning and willing to try again, I'll be here, and I tend to be the one to make breakfast, and you're welcome to it."
Interesting. Kind of looks around. And anybody who's in that central foyer area can hear this, the entire conversation. And he sort of looks to each one of the party members that are there. Interesting. And he'll walk up the stairs and open a door into a room.
Okay, if anyone is downstairs right now, who would be at least? Who would it be at least in a close enough vicinity for Bianca to like chat with real quick?
Ajax was like already staying nearby, and when Renchi walks upstairs, is walking over to Bianca with tea.
What the? She's kind of like, whisper toning when there's gossip going on in the family house around Christmas. You don't want the world to hear. So she's kind of like whispering to him, "What the fuck? Did I do something wrong? Did I say something offensive?"
You did nothing wrong. Do not take his words to heart. Here, drink this.
Thanks.
Seems that his season also matches his demeanor.
Yeah. I don't
You did
want...
nothing wrong.
Thanks. I maybe a little overbearing, I don't know, but thank you. I don't want to push him away, though. Like, this is still Renchi. Even if he doesn't care about us or anything right now, it's still Renchi, right? Like, so taking care of him is taking care of spring, summer, and autumn.
Agreed. And even if he does not want to admit it, you did save his life.
She just kind of nods to that and sips the tea.
I'm sorry that happened.
No, they kind of warned us, so...
Well...
It just needs time, obviously, so...
Of course. We need to get rest.
Yeah.
A long day ahead of us tomorrow.
You can say that again.
Joe. So...
What's up?
Ajax is trained with Renchi. Summer Renchi and Spring Renchi.
True.
I know Winter Renchi is a completely different person and spring and summer. But they shared obviously some of the same qualities, or the same, gestures potentially. When Renshi, I just want to look, was Renshi walking like how Renshi would walk? Or, I don't know, it just kind of, it seemed a little off to Ajax, even though Winter Renshi is an asshole. It didn't seem like Renshi to an extent. So I don't know, is there any way to like ascertain if this is actually our Renshi, just to be safe?
Yeah, I would say make an insight check. So specifically looking at his mannerisms and how he holds himself.
Both.
Okay. The one thing you do notice is that Winter Renshi, as opposed to keeping Season's Edge slung on his hip, you can see he has it slung over his back. And you can see the tension for most of the conversation that he was having with Bianca. There was tension in his shoulders. Not like he wanted to strike out, but he was ready to defend himself if he was attacked.
Follow-up question.
True.
We're just assuming that Summer and Spring Renshi and Ajax have had conversations. Is there any sort of tradition that Renshi holds across the board with that sword that Winter Renshi is out of the ordinary, like over the shoulder? Like, I know that some traditions that's a no-no. You don't do that. It's always on your hip. It stays there. Or just the way that it's presented. Is it off at all with anything that we've talked about ever? Or does the blade look any slightly different than what Ajax remembers?
The blade is the same. And in any conversation you've had with either version of Renshi or anything he's talked about of the Way of the Fifth, I mean, they are big on their traditions, but on where to keep your sword specifically, no.
Same belt?
Same belt, yep.
All right. I'm just a little sussed out, that's all. I'm asking all the questions before we get stabbed in the night. Okay. Yeah. So that's all from Ajax. Ajax will be the last one to go sleep. He'll kind of stay down in the foyer or whatever you want to call this, reading a book about war or something.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it sounds like we should probably do watches.
Well,
Here in
Ajax
the
is.
kingdom.
Ajax right now is doing watch. I think he has the most HP out of everyone besides Renshi. So he's just gonna chill. Listen.
Okay. Well, you begin to head to rest and take watches, sort of shifting down your watch into the foyer whenever you need to go do it, keeping an eye on the doors, anything like that. You rest, and all of you find a peaceful sleep, no nightmares, no dreams, except for
Interesting.
Renshi. Oh, yeah, you said interesting too soon, didn't you?
Sorry.
So, it's okay. Evan. Renshi. Specifically, Summer Renshi. You dream. You sleep. It's such a strange sensation. It's like waking up from a coma, but you waking up from a coma directly into a dream. You only remember darkness, nothingness, but then floating. This ethereal weightlessness you feel. And then you feel a crisp, cold air. Tell me, Summer. Why them?
What do you mean, why them?
The individuals you travel with, why do you trust them?
Well, I trust Spring. And when I woke up, Spring left me with them. And I think he was right, because, I mean, they saved me when I died. They're trustworthy, and they teach me, and they take care of me.
But the reason you trust them, that you fell in with them, was because of Spring.
Well, I mean, yeah. When we wake up, we kind of need to trust each other. That's why we write in the scrolls. That's why we try to help each other. We need trust or we don't have anything.
Every cycle is the same. Good luck, Summer.
What do you mean it's the same? It's literally different for me every time. How is it the same?
Know that I have a great deal of pity for you. As you can see that the skin begins to crack and break. Shards of ice floating away. The cool breeze passes through you, the shiver up your spine. And then it's gone, leaving you alone in that cold, ethereal space. Till eventually, the crackling of fire and the sounds of comfort awake you. All of you are able to take the modified long rest that you talked about, so you'll have to do this manually on your character sheets. You'll have to either reset your hit points to max, recover all of your spell slots manually, or regain all of your hit die and recover all of your abilities. Now, keep in mind, before you arrive in the manor, you will get one more of these, but you will not get all three. So you have to be strategic on which ones you are replenishing. But thing that I'll say is all of you wake up exiting your doors, going through your watches. We don't need to, nothing was going to happen, so we're good. You don't need to go through specifics. But eventually you do wake up and you see exiting out of the room Winter Renshi went in, Summer. Now, Summer, as you exit the room, what is the demeanor? How is he holding himself?
Super tired, bags around his eyes. He's just kind of, hair's a mess, like he's like restless sleep. And just kind of a little worried. Bianca, I think you would recognize his demeanor kind of being the same as when he was in hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Bianca she spoke with Winter last night. She would, probably before Wrench is ready to be spoken to, rushes over to him and says, Reggie, it's... Summer, you're back. Winter was here last night, actually, so we weren't... He said he wasn't planning on being here in the morning, but I didn't entirely know what that meant, so...
Yeah, I think I talked to him. How long was he here?
Just for the night. He was, pretty standoffish.
Cold.
As, you know, one would expect.
Yeah.
Are
I
you
think
all
that's... Yeah, I think I'm all right. That's the most I think he's ever said to me. It's the first time I heard his voice, and it's just weird. It's like talking to myself, but just sadder.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to know why I trusted you all. And then he said that every cycle's the same and that he pities me.
Well, I don't know fully what he means by that, but I think he's going to find that this cycle's gonna be a little different this time. You're growing so much already, and I think Winter is going to be very surprised to see who you are by the time autumn arrives. Okay?
Okay.
Don't let him get in your head.
All right. Well, did I miss anything? I'm sorry I had to leave.
Hey, Winter calls sometimes, I guess. No, it's all good. We're just explains what we have been doing, the curse, yada yada, technical stuff to Renchi. So. But we still have some of your favorite tea downstairs, so don't want to waste that.
That sounds great. Yeah, let's just go downstairs. And he's gonna kind of shuffle his hair, whatever, and kind of pick himself up a little bit. But you can still see that he's still thinking about things as if something's lingering, so.
I will say that when you guys come downstairs, Renchi, you notice that Ajax is sleeping on the couch, like with the book, sleep. This is the first time you've ever seen Ajax oversleep.
How long has he been asleep?
I mean, he stayed up for a watch last night, so I don't know when he fell asleep, but this is definitely longer than normal.
Should we wake him up?
You do the honors.
All right. Ajax! It's time to wake up for training! You missed it.
Ajax gets up, and one side of the fur is just completely flat from where he was like laying down. He just gets up and he's like,
Oh.
Dreaming is good for your mind, but that could have been time that you could have spent training.
Is that what I sound?
Sometimes.
It's close.
I will stop.
No.
Good to have you back. Summer.
It's good to be back. Sorry for waking you. I just know that you don't really like to sleep in.
No, it's hard to tell what time it is inside of this place. I should not have been sleeping.
Well, I'm about to go have some tea if you want to join us, and maybe we can train after for a little bit.
I think that we'll call off training today. But I would love tea.
All right.
Is Cecily awake? She's not currently in the kitchen, is she?
She would be currently face down on a bed upstairs.
Everyone's sleeping in today.
Yeah, this place sucks, man. Not the sanctum, the
I
island.
was like, damn, poor Caracella's house.
No, the house is great. The island is.
Yeah.
She is not feeling it.
I get what you're putting down.
Alarm's going off. She's putting her pillow over her head. I don't know what a fantasy alarm clock is.
The alarm spell.
It's just the
Oh,
Kuatoa yelling in your ear.
Hey! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
I
she'd be
imagine
losing her mind.
I imagine like how, oh my god, what's that movie, the Dr. Seuss movie, Horton Hears a Who, or the Lorax, I forget which one, with all the pipes and stuff. I imagine in Caracella's magnificent mansion, there's a bunch of pipes throughout the whole mansion in one singular spot where the Kuatoa are yelling in to like announce across.
To give announcements. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is now 8 a.m.
Oh.
Yeah, Ajax is going to bring Cecily pancakes.
Fuck yeah.
But like,
What type of bread?
not wake her. He's not gonna go in there and be like, "Hey, Cecily, wake up." He's just gonna open the door and put the pancakes on the ground.
On the ground?
And then,
Not on the bed? Like she's a dog? Sorry.
oh, well, if there's a table on the table? Sorry.
I was like,
He's gonna put
sprawls
pancakes
to
on
it.
the table as a wake up call. So maybe Cecily will smell the food and wake up, and then he's gonna dip on out.
Yeah. As you're leaving, you'll see her just sort of slug over to the side and just start eating them sideways. Still not awake, really.
There's more downstairs.
And Ajax gone. That's all. I just a little funny. Haha.
Thanks for the funny, huh?
Does Carousel need pancakes? Or is she awake?
sleeping.
Yeah.
I don't think she's asleep, but she would just be in her own room because the vibes out there is terrible. Vibes in here, great. Vibes outside the sanctum. Clarification.
Oh, okay.
Once again.
Keep having to clarify.
again.
Once again.
Everything outside of my door is horrible.
You bitches suck. Vibes
You
all
made the
wrong.
place. Change it.
Damn. Okay. Everything outside her little sanctum is terrible. And so no, I mentioned as Ajax was walking past to go bother Cecily, he would have been able to just hear that she's just in her room. And you can hear her hurdy-gurdy, but like you can also hear that there's like other instruments that are playing in there that are
Ooh.
definitely not hers. And so I like to imagine that because it's a magical sanctum, things can happen. And so just in here, she's just basically got like her own little autonomous band that she can just play with, and she's just vibing,
Oh.
Carousel, you hear a knock at your door, like 15 minutes into your playing.
Yeah, she'll just yell. She won't stop playing. Come in.
The handle turns and the door opens, and right at handle level there is a Kuatoa standing in the doorway.
Yeah, for them she'll stop. Was there something I could help you with?
He steps into the room. This is Tula, by the way. This is one of the. Oh no, never mind. It's actually much bigger. This is one of the monitors. So this is like Cecily-sized Kuatoa.
Damn.
Mistress.
Like a meter tall. Could still just call me Carasilla, but yes.
Great mistress of the light, may I join you in the marvelous melodies you make?
Of course. Did you want to learn?
The giant fish head just bobbing up and down.
She'll just gesture to an array of instruments that I guess are just gonna be, only some of them playing, but I imagine she has a bunch just stored up. Well, take your pick.
He picks up a recorder.
Beautiful.
With with the hands they have, he's gonna play a recorder. The fish flute.
We need to get Joe a recorder so he can.
Yeah. Is it just like literally any fucking preschooler learning recorder in their music class? Is that like the vibe here?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, his fingers aren't very dexterous. What I can tell you is it does seem like he does have rhythm. Like he's moving his fingers in a rhythmic pattern. It's not just like completely nothing. Like the Kuatoa has some rhythm. He's maybe just not dexterous enough for the flute.
No. Carousel will work with this. And it's gonna be that whole meme of just terrible music. It's actually jazz though. She's gonna take whatever he's working with, especially if he's got the good rhythm. That's the solid foundation you need. And so yeah, she's just gonna try her best to make whatever the shit he's doing actually sound like music.
Carasilla,
was intentionality.
I have a very important question for you.
Absolutely.
Do you believe in him?
Yes.
I'd like you to make a persuasion check for me.
Is that to persuade you that she can do it?
Do I get this with advantage because it's humanoid or?
No, I'm pretty sure. Well, are Kuatoa humanoids?
Are they monsters?
No, I'm pretty sure they're monstrosities.
I think they're monstrosities too, but we can check.
You want a natural 20.
Doesn't matter, I guess.
Believe in my babies.
God damn. Can't believe you
So
used
that's a
that on your
45.
fish.
Kuatoas are humanoids, by the way, for future reference.
Oh, interesting.
Wow, really?
Didn't need advantage. Carasilla, with a natural 20, a critical success. Oh my god, I just got the confetti effects on my end. Oh my god, again, what? Ha!
That's how good it is,
Okay, all
Oh,
right,
mine just
so.
happened.
Okay, so as you believe in Tula, you coach him, you give him proper feedback, you really give him care and genuine love in this moment. And the way that he sees you look at him, he looks back at you and he has this genuine admiration in his eyes. Not only do you believe in him, but through you, he believes in himself. And Carasilla, with the power of that belief, you see this Kuatoa begin to play the most magnificent melodies you have ever heard, that you've ever laid your ears upon. Whatever. It transcends music. It is truthfully something beyond this world. So, Carasilla, the next time you give somebody bardic inspiration, they can add a d20 to their roll. Only the first one.
my
Only the first one.
God.
Only the first bardic inspiration you give. They get to add an extra D20 to their roll.
Holy shit.
What about anti-bardic? Can you do it?
Wait, this is yeah.
Yeah, sure. You can use
Looks pretty much
anti-bardic as well. And I'll have you roll the D20 for the enemy. So that way it's public. So that way you don't think that I'm cheating you.
Oh.
The power of the Kuatoa. Hey, this is what they do.
That's so fun.
Does this
Oh
mean
my
that the
God.
Kuatoa are better musicians than her? Because that's kind of awkward.
And
Only
now,
because of her.
and now we get to see the
That's like
vengeful god that
transcendent music
Carasilla, that Carasilla is.
You
Carasilla
cannot
smite
be
them.
better than me.
But
See, this is the part.
they
You
could
embarrass
only.
your
Well,
master.
this is his
Art.
Icarus moment. He should have learned you cannot tempt divine.
Carasilla slowly shuts the door, takes the flute, and just. This'll teach you. This'll teach you.
This happens in the 48 Laws of Power. It's like the first section.
Oh.
See, but he can only do it if he believes it. As soon as he stops believing, then.
And it's only because you believed in him.
Power of friendship, y'all.
Yeah.
You will hear a weak golf clap from Cecily's room when the performance wraps up.
Yeah,
She's
especially
awake.
Master. We transcended music over here, and all we got to go.
Well, she heard it vaguely through a wall while trying to.
Best Cecily's ever laid her ears on.
Yeah.
Question, did this happen after Ajax has already gone downstairs or after pancakes for Cecily?
I'd say as you were walking down the stairs, but it really just depends on Carasilla, how soundproofed are these rooms? You made it.
Do you want everyone to hear you every time you play?
Are they super hollow? Is it just drywall? No wood. No.
You can hear
Man,
everyone.
this shit is hardwood mahogany, or I don't know, something fancy. No, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like soundproof.
Okay.
But it's not like you can hear conversations through walls, you know.
Okay.
I think it's a kind of like middle ground.
So
Just like normal rooms.
everybody. Oh, okay, yeah. So everybody gets like this passive of, huh? What is that? And then it's over by the time that you like recognize it.
We hear fish jazz for the first time.
Hell yeah.
New genre.
It is.
Faz.
It is.
It's all carousel plates now.
Yeah. It's like Ocean Man, but better.
Wet jazz.
It's like the crab rave song.
Yeah.
But classic.
What did I miss?
It's a wet
jazz.
jazz.
Kuatoa,
So-
amazing
Yeah.
jazz.
Kuatoa transcended music.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And Carousel is only a little jealous. All right.
No, man, they're her babies. She's
Yeah.
proud.
So Carasilla, just so you know, Evan, the next bardic inspiration she gives, or anti-bardic she gives, instead of rolling a d10, right?
Yeah.
It is a d20, just once. Through the power of belief.
You know, I feel like my D10s I roll better than my D20s, and so if I'm rolling a D20, what should be like a 3?
That last one was a 20.
It'll never happen again.
Who knows? We'll just have to see. All right. So with that, happy fun times. Is everybody ready to go back out into the pit of despair?
Hell yeah.
One last funny haha before Pit of Despair. Carasilla comes down later and Ajax just goes,
Whatever you played earlier was amazing. What was that?
Give a tell.
Good joke. Let's go.
Also, just real quick, because I forgot to ask, just because things with spells and all that are fucky now, in terms of preparing spells over a long rest, does that have any restrictions, or?
Nope, that you can still do. I
Okay.
think that's only applicable to you and Suni, but yeah, that you can still do. You can still change out your spells.
Okay, I just won't get the spell slots back unless
Correct.
I choose to.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Cool,
I
cool, cool.
took health, so I have plenty of spell points, but I cannot cast a 7th level spell because I did that yesterday.
We got a full rest, right? Well, we got a long rest, so. Okay.
You have to choose.
I'm
your
taking
thing.
full health.
Same.
Yeah.
That's what I picked.
Sure.
It's fair.
But yeah, Cecily, when she is finally up and at 'em, she's, functioning again, but she's kind of looking. She looks more like her Jormungandr era. The braid is messier. There are some dirt specks she didn't bother cleaning up this morning. She's just kind of grumpy. Just a little. She's reverted a little bit because she's been a little disheveled by the lack of rest, and her routine has been upset.
Okay. Alrighty. So with that, all of you head out the doorway then,
Let's go.
and back out into the forests of Opokami. You continue on the next day of your journey. Once more, you see the blighted road beneath you, the creeping cold, and it's almost like a cold isn't what I want to say there. That's Winter Wrenchy. We're done with him for right now. But it's almost like you can feel just the slightest bit of like bile at the very base of your throat. There's this burning, tingling sensation, this nasty taste in your mouth that you continue to try and swallow or drink water to get rid of, but it's so persistent. Like you can feel your insides rotting. But you continue on your journey. Walking and walking and walking. Carasilla, something happens as you're walking. You feel that twist in your stomach. At first you believe that it's connected to the taste of bile or the blight. You're not sure. You get this pain in your stomach that shocks up your chest, over your shoulder, down your arm to the gauntlet, the glove that was given to you by Elendar, or left for you by Elendar. And as you sort of go to grab your temple once more and you look up, the person you were walking right behind was Ajax. And as you look up and around, you don't see the whole party anymore. You don't see the jungles of Opokami. No, you see Ajax. And you see him in a room in a city that you recognize as Belka. You see him sort of pacing, looking at this wall, still streaked with blood. You see him have a conversation with a darker-skinned man, short-cropped black hair and a fine-trimmed beard, wearing armor that is reminiscent of that of the people of Belka, the soldiers of Belka. Trying to talk him down, trying to calm him down, but Ajax seemingly doesn't listen. That rage building inside of him that you're very familiar with. But then you snap away. Now you're in the forests of Opokami, but long ago. Carts riding down, so many carts, a caravan, a royal caravan riding down further and further down the road. The road, at least 10 spans bigger than what it is now. A true highway for travelers to head north towards the great cities of Obokami. You see two men leading. The same two men that you've seen time and time again. Iseo, a member of the Emperor's Honor Guard, and the Emperor himself, Emperor Takahiro. They're too far away for you to hear them, and this is the first time where you feel mobility in this moment, in this ethereal-like state. So do you follow them to try and hear what those two are discussing? Or is there someplace else you'd like to go? Someplace else you'd like to think of? Not even here in Adarashi, but anywhere.
I mean, I think considering that she's seen these two before and obviously has been thinking about a few things that she's get to have a chance to have a conversation with the party about, she would want to follow the pair. And if she's not able to get close enough to actually hear them, she can lip read as well, so either or.
Okay, sounds good. You can, no problem, you can get there in a distance to be able to hear them and read their lips in case something happens in that way. But as soon as you make the decision to stay with them, you feel yourself sort of locked in, as if you're witnessing something that you can't unsee. The two of them ride northward. You assume to the same destination that you are. At least that's what it feels like to Yurei Manor. You see Iseo sort of looking to his friend, the Emperor, and say, Takahiro, I saw something last night. See the Emperor kind of look to his friend, look back forward. Another one of your dreams, your premonitions? I'm unsure. I couldn't tell if it was real or not based off what I saw. I saw you. Oh. Oh, that's that's strange. Do you typically dream of me? No, not in this way. You see, he shakes his head. How? And my Emperor, you see Takahiro, he raises his hand. I say, oh, I told you, you don't need to, please. How did your father die again, Emperor? Could you please tell me once more? And in that moment, Carasilla, you see he waves his hand, arcane runes appear, and the two of them enveloped in a bubble of silence. But luckily for you, you can read lips. You see the conversation proceed. Takahiro continues to explain how his father died. The former emperor was meant to be at his coronation ceremony, to be accepted as the Emperor of Adarashi after uniting the three nations. There were two others in line to be emperor before Takahiro. But in that night, probably a week before the coronation ceremony. The three brothers were very old, and the three of them perished. Takahiro heard his father cry out in the night, ran to his room, and was able to kill one of the assailants, but the other three escaped. One of the assassins lay dead on the floor, as well as his father. It's something that Takahiro says that he still has nightmares about, that he still wishes he could have done something, that he could have been there. You see him get choked up a few times, needing to stop to catch his breath, as he relives the moments of his father's death. Murder is the right word. You can see Iseo nod his head. And he responds that he sees. And Iseo says to him that he believes there must be dark forces at play. Somewhere in this land, it seems as though something's trying to corrupt his thoughts, to make him see his partner in such an awful way that he did in that dream. Iseo doesn't elaborate anymore on his dream that he had. The silence is dispelled at that point. And Takahiro, he looks to him and nods and says, "I understand, but Iseo, look at me." The two of them share a look. "I promise you, no matter what happens, that shadow will not corrupt us. For Adarashi, for ourselves, for our family. That shadow will not have you." You see the two of them look up to the sky. And Carasilla, it could just be happenstance that they look up towards a setting sun, or if they're marching at night, to a collection of constellations. But as they look up to the sky, a vast crack is what you believe they place their eyes on. The same place that they look up is the same place where that crack in the sky is in your plane. In that moment, reality comes back. Pulled, as if your vision is refined to the point of a pin, and then re-enlarges rapidly. This quick shrink and grow that is disorienting. All of you see Carasilla stumble for a second and stop. Carasilla, you have to catch your breath. You feel as though you were just flung hundreds of miles in a matter of seconds. And you see her sort of stop and hunch over a bit to catch her breath. But Carasilla was walking just fine. And in fact, Carasilla, as you just barely glimpse at the sky, you'd been walking for 3 hours since you were last looking towards Ajax.
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, it's another one of those, visions, I suppose.
Do we need to take a rest?
No, I can keep going. It's just... I don't know, it's horrible knowing that something terrible is going to happen and not... I don't know. See them just march towards it. Not like I can do anything for them.
What did you see?
she'll basically give a summary of everything Joe said. And I mean, it's something I've been wanting to speak with you about, Renshi. Iseo is someone that carries the same blade you do.
And I will say, just as a quick distinction here, the only difference between the two is that Renshi's has 5 rings or 5 bands of decoration, and the one that you see only has 4.
Oh. What?
Is there anything Summer Renshi would specifically know about Iseo?
Yeah. Make a history check for me real quick, and this will kind of be... Another 15. Okay. All Summer Renshi can recall, since he was never really good with facts and figures and history, Iseo was the founder of the Way of the Fifth. He was the first one to embrace that 5th season. Because before, it was the Order of the 4 Seasons. He was the one who made it the Way of the Fifth. How and why exactly with a 15, it is knowledge that is 2 millennia old. And that's not exactly Summer Renshi's forte.
So relaying all that, he's just... I probably should have paid more attention. But he's the reason the whole Way of the Fifth even exists. It's kind of crazy to think how old this sword is, and I get to carry it.
I'm wondering why you keep having visions of this specifically, Arizona.
I mean, can only guess, of course, but we know that that place that is here that Malice has been trying to get at, the Sui Chiron, the pair of them, they're also looking for something here. Something that I believe that Iseo didn't really have the utmost confidence that they should be finding in the first place. I don't know if it's one of the same, but somewhere that's able to affect the weave feels like it'd be strong enough to be able to cast a whole island into darkness like it has. And it has been something that's been worrying me after all. If Malice is looking for the place because it is some way that I think she believes she can usurp the Dark One to thwart his power and claim it all for her own, I guess, then it's a place that the Dark One's going to be interested in as well. And if something's trying to corrupt the pair, it could very well be the Dark One reaching out to them. Trying to get at this place through them. But I don't know. Feels like whenever I am able to see them, it's always too brief to know for sure.
I'm sure this will not be the last one you have.
I don't think so. I mean, we're taking the same path as them, as after all, so sure it won't be the last.
Ajax is just gonna nod and say,
Well, we need to.
and kind of saying this to the party.
Keep an eye if Carousilla starts to drift off. We've been figuring it out after the fact.
That being said, Renshi's going to nod and he's going to start walking behind Carousilla.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea if she just travels in the middle of everybody, like not right up front, and definitely not in the back.
Just turn around and she's like disappeared fucking 2 hours ago.
Interesting theory too. What happens if we ask her how she's doing every hour or so? Is she just going to be able to like sleepwalk and respond normally?
Well,
or like, are we going to be able to tell? You know?
I mean, that's fair. We can just do like regular check-ins with
Yeah.
her.
And you know, don't make it a thing or whatever, because then she would feel pandered to. But like, but you know,
No
just
one
ask
wants
questions, trivia, emotional introspections, anecdotes. But you know, because I feel like we talk to her and then she's like, "I'm trying to make a sandwich," we can be like, "Whoa, she's somewhere else," you know, like she's not here.
Every hour, Ajax is going to say, "You still here?" And that's it.
I don't know how helpful that is, because she could just be like,
I think I think after the first 2 times of being confused, be like, yes, she's gonna just start flat out answering no.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We have to make it anecdotes and questions and stuff. You can't just.
No, agreed. We gotta. Caracella's an interesting person. We gotta say interesting things to Caracella.
Right. Conversation starters.
Mm-hmm.
Is ravioli a type of pasta? You know, just some stupid question like that.
Mm-hmm. Get her going.
Get her going. It is.
See.
Well, yeah, I mean it is, but it's a conversation. You know.
We have started walking towards our direction. Direction?
Yeah. I don't know how much like literal sleepwalking this is, but it's worth trying.
I agree.
Okay. So, you all continue on your way. As I said before, I mean, it is just silent. The only thing you hear is the droning of magic and the loudness of absolute quiet. The only thing you hear are the crunching of dead leaves and twigs underneath your feet. But eventually, after another 8 to 10 hours of walking down this desolate path, you arrive at a good stopping place. As ready for you, you can see a small little outcropping where, once again, now that you all are quite tired, another rest could be good. Enough off the road where you don't think anybody will see you or find you. Fingers crossed.
Okay, like this is like just a really good time to take a short rest or something like that.
No, you've been walking for the full day, and it's probably time to take a long rest now.
Oh, I misunderstood entirely what you were saying.
Let's go.
Yeah, I said I thought I made that clear when I said 8 to 10 hours of walking, but if that's only short rest territory for Felicity, that's awesome. More power to you.
I don't know if it. Look, okay, these people have like fought whatnot and all that, and like kept going. Like I need a nap after everything they do. So like I don't know what's normal
You know,
and what's not.
famed architect Buckminster Fuller would sleep for a half hour every 4 hours. You can just do that.
Love it.
I don't
Oh,
think he
it's
was
not time,
okay.
Yeah, see, with that 30 minutes every 4 hours, I'd be worried I could not. I'd just spend the 30 minutes trying to fall asleep.
Yeah, I don't understand what the fuck. Like, he never got a REM cycle, huh?
So
Well, and
maybe they do in the
not-
military though, have like those short but regular things, you know. when
Not
they
to
have
go back to the game or anything, but I think
Oh,
I'm gonna
man,
go with.
Felicity, rude.
I think I'm gonna go with. I would like all my. I guess I'm gonna go with hit dice and abilities, even though I didn't use any hit dice. But I think I only used up one ability last fight, so I would like to
Yeah.
get that back.
I would like my abilities back.
Yeah,
No, I'm going spells.
that's
Yeah.
fair.
So
I
the
don't really have
only
any
thing,
abilities I need to get back.
yeah, the only thing I didn't recover is my luck points, really.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So.
All
I don't
right.
think I have anything else that's a. Oh shit! There's charges on my armor, and I actually used it last session.
I thought you still needed that spell slot too. Your 7th
Well,
level? I don't know
Yeah,
if you wanted it.
I'll be recovering that.
Oh, okay.
Can we also
when I get my points back? But
Can we also say that during the day at some point we took a short rest as well during all those 8 hours of walking?
Sure, yeah.
Just because, yeah, I'd like to get short rest abilities back too.
Mm-hmm.
So we took 2 short rests?
Just one? This
No,
is a
we-
long rest.
We
Oh,
all
shit.
This is
but-
I'll make it more clear next time. I'll start
Sanctum is out.
I'll start pulling the teacher tricks where I say the same thing 4 times over, just that way everybody catches it on their different cycles.
Well, you didn't hold up the quiet llama, so how was I supposed to know to pay attention?
The what now?
The quiet
Oh, the quiet
llama?
llama. It's adorable. I love that.
Like in elementary school, how you get that you just hold up the llama.
Now you have to talk.
All right, so you guys
Well,
enter the
only your
sanctum.
elementary school.
Thank you, Evan. Evan knows what us.
My teachers just turned off the lights.
wow.
Dorcas.
Yeah. They did that to us a few times too.
Yeah, I had that.
I feel like Vita always just did the
Sing.
thing where it's like quiet on lips and then they just hand up and they just wait like, oh, you're wasting your own time, not mine.
Oh yeah, I got that. Too. Joe's about to do that with us, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Not for real. We should keep talking.
You know, I was really excited to leave teaching because I thought I'd avoid some of this stuff, but little did I know.
So sorry. I think it's mostly me. I'll assume blame, guys. It's okay.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Finally.
Let me be the scapegoat. Sacrifice me, please.
Okay, so all of you guys begin your rest. Unless there's anything anybody wanted to do during the rest, nothing of note happens. So if there are any
This is
conversations,
really minor,
yeah.
but like I feel bad that Ick wasn't included on the music stuff, and so Karis will also, you know, get her other Kyoto in on the vibing.
Yeah, okay.
What happened?
Hold on. Ajax is entering his full Uncle Iroh era and does make ginger tea for everybody.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you.
It's supposed to help with energy.
I'm gonna eat that.
It also helps with endometriosis, so Carasilla definitely needs it.
Is that canon? Was I not paying
no.
attention when that was established?
Karis
I
is
thought I
now the
talked
Endo
about it.
Queen. Let's go.
I talked about it in my Stars and Wishes that her tummy stuff reminds me of
Hmm.
endometriosis.
1 in 10 women have been stabbed in their sleep.
Exactly.
I mean, let's be real.
It's like the same thing. That's literally, they're like, do you feel like you've been stabbed? Like when you go
Like
to the hospital.
literally, like you almost died. Hey, yeah, that's relatable.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry. Anyway.
It's all good.
All right.
I didn't mean to say it like that. I was reading something as I said that. I promise you, this time I wasn't. This time I wasn't annoyed. I was just
You sounded like
distracted.
an
All right.
uncomfortable father.
So, you rest. You sleep. You prepare yourself for the next day. Was there anything anybody wanted to do within the sanctum this time around?
I do not believe I had anything.
All right. So, night comes and goes. Eventually, all of you wake up in the morning. Carasilla, you do as you wake up. You can see the brazier that is in the very center of your sanctum. The flame begins to grow brighter. And this is the first time this has ever happened for you. Excuse me, sorry. You see, as the flame grows brighter, eventually it diminishes, and there is an envelope that appears and is set right on the side of the brazier. A message from the hidden flame.
That seems important. Just gonna go over, pick it up, read it, what did it say?
Okay. So, the letter is from Logain. And there is quite a bit more information in here than what is for sending, so he decided to write a letter and send it from his own sanctum, because that was easier than doing 9 sendings in a row. So, in this letter, it details several things. A meeting that he had with Bridge, or May Chalenfair, and the Silent Shields. There is a detachment of Silent Shields. 6 of them that are leaving, himself included, to head into the Astral Sea. They reached out to the Forerunner's companion, Ephron, currently working with the Isles, or the College of Hearthcrest. Ephron was able to get enough materials to recreate a smaller vessel for all of them to go into the Astral Sea on. And on top of that, he talks about how the Forerunners brought back with them 3 members of the Hidden Flame from about 1,000 years ago, that will also be heading into the Astral Sea with them to provide some type of direction and navigation there, on top of what Ephron offers. Since Ephron, he'll share this with you, as he learned, is from a different timeline. He didn't know that about Ephron. He just thought he was a guy from the Astral Sea. So Ephron has also been giving information to the Silent Shields on things that happened in his timeline to hopefully aid in the incoming fight against the Dark One. He is writing this to you because in Balaclara, in Iverion, and in Tarkir, the sightings and attacks and general destruction from Dark Friends, Shadowspawn, and even Forsaken is getting more intense. The Silent Shields are doing what they can, the Hidden Flame is doing what they can, and the Children of the Flame is doing what they can, but it's starting to get to a situation of too many fires, not enough people to put them out. He understands that the mission in Opokami is important, but he extends this to you and to all of your companions, that when that job is done, that help will be needed in the rest of the world. And if all of you would be willing to extend that help, he would be greatly appreciative. The Hidden Flame would be, the Silent Shields would be, and the many people in Calderaz that currently don't have any heroes to fight for them would also be appreciative. But that's what's detailed in the letter. Just a general status update on how things are going and the hunt for Keothi.
Right.
The end of the letter says, P.S. I hope you understand now why I decided to write a letter instead of using sending. All right. So there you go. That is the only thing of note that happens.
No.
You're welcome. There's another one that pops out. Ronald Weasley. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, Carasol's obviously gonna respond, just a general, like, yeah, we got the message, and, thanking him and all that. And I mean, I think it's safe to say for all the party that we would be definitely willing to help wherever was needed.
Yeah.
Once we've finished here.
Ajax.
Damn,
Ajax,
okay.
What's your holdout?
Scratch that out. Everyone but Ajax will be happy to help.
Ajax is against the whole thing.
You literally gave us warrior bond bracelets.
Yep.
Come fight.
Not them.
But at the end of the thing, she's gonna have her own little PS of just does that mean we're pen pals now? And just gonna write a little smiley face, and then for the end thing, just have a little love from me and the Kuatoa and send.
Very important question. Is your smiley face like, is it like line under, or is Carousel like colon bracket or parenthesis? Or is Carousel a colon bracket type of person?
No, she's like doing a full render of her face. No, it's definitely like.
Yeah. Okay.
I like the implication that, like, you know, that text necessity exists here, so yeah.
Starts using like emoticons. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll
Okay.
draw out the little emoticons.
He draws the shrugging guy and it slashes.
Alrighty. Okay, you send the letter back. Carasilla, it's intuition. There's not like a, what do I do? You feel what's right to do. This is your sanctum. You'd simply place the letter into the flame. It does not burn away. It simply sinks into the flames and then disappears. You assume your letter is delivered safely to Logain's
She'll
sanctum.
gladly misappropriate the powers from Timon, you know, like.
just take a whole bunch of letters and just dump them in there.
Just a random one, see where they end up, you know?
Oh, God.
Message in a bottle.
Okay. So with that, all of you eventually leave Carasilla's sanctum, heading back out into the forest. This time, waking up, the further north you head, the deeper into the mainland of Opokami that you get, the sense of night and day begins to vanish, as it seems as though you're just in this perpetual state of twilight now. Just everything is this dull, overcast gray, as if the saturation of the world has been sucked from it. And eventually, after another hour or two of walking, you begin to see the manor in the distance. A marvelous building, at least at one point in time it was. Much larger than what any of you anticipated. At one point in time, a beacon of nature and growth, now is nothing more than this symbol of decay and rot. Gnarled, twisted trees folding over themselves as if they were humanoids gripping themselves and retching. Rotted grass, carcasses of dead animals, and the manor itself. A multi-story, large complex that was once home to grandeur and beauty. You make your way through the gardens. Now, nothing but death planted in them. You begin to make your way up the stairs and potentially into the manor to see what awaits you within Yurei Manor. And on that note, we're going to take a quick break right there. So we're at like our halfway point. So we'll go ahead and take a quick break. Let's aim to be back by 9:10 or 10, just 10. 10 your time, not 9. That might be hard for some people. So let's go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
To finish the story.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard? Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard?
He's gay, but he has a special connection to classical music. There's many things that are interesting about him.
In Avatar: The Last Airbender, it is done so well. But here's the thing. It grows to be more in depth. The spirit world becomes a thing, and it grows even more in depth after that. More layers get added on more layers, right? Not everybody in the Earth Kingdom is good. Not everybody in the Water Tribes. They're not all underpowered, right? Because the Northern Water Tribe is so strong. And not everybody in the Fire Nation is evil. The layers continue to be added the longer the story goes on. In your campaign, do that. Most people have a hard time starting a campaign because they don't know where to start. They think they need 7 kingdoms, hundreds of houses, thousands of NPCs. No! Stop! You don't need that. What you need is one town, one place, 4 or 5 NPCs, and an inciting incident.
What a joke. I worked my ass off to get where I am. And you take these shortcuts and you think suddenly you're my peer? You do what I do because you're funny and you can make people laugh? I committed my life to this.
Every day I wake up and I hope you're dead. Dead like if I could guarantee Henry would be okay, I'd hope you get an illness and then get hit by a car and die.
In this video, we're going to talk about secondary objectives, a way to make your combat encounters spicy, delicious, fantastic. Secondary objectives enhance combat in D&D to an exponential degree. Let's go ahead and dive into number 10. Rescue missions. Task your players with rescuing an NPC or retrieving an item during combat. It will help add layers of urgency and potentially even a moral dilemma. My favorite example of this is instead of sending the players to kill the goblin camp that may raid the village, right? That's a consequence. Sometimes that's good enough. The goblins abducted the blacksmith. And now they need to save the blacksmith and kill the goblins. It's a secondary objective that spices things up.
You people should be thanking Christ that I am who and what I am because you need me. You need me to save you. You do. I am the only one who possibly can. You're not the real heroes. I'm the real hero.
Holy look at all this damage!
Where? Where? Where, Dwight?
Seems like you already know where.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do, and so do I. I believe that until proven guilty, every man, woman, and child in this country is innocent.
Now is left to me to deal with him. You can't.
If you try to interfere, this becomes a much simpler matter. I will kill your wife. I will kill your son. I will kill your infant daughter.
But for now, we're going to look at a slightly different system that doesn't just affect the moment of death, but the moments before death. Something that makes combat more grounded, horror more horrifying, and sacrifices all the more heroic. Picture a movie fight scene between a hero and villain. They're clashing blades, dancing back and forth, parrying, dodging, blocking, keeping up with each other's advances, surprising each other with new techniques and strategies, until finally, one of them lands a devastating blow. It's not just a graze on the arm,
It's not just a smack on the chest. It's 0 HP. When using the point of no return system, we want to draw attention to this moment of the fight to make that hit extra cinematic and weighted and affect the decisions that your players are going to make when they are given that critical choice of staying down or getting up.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
So with that, let's go ahead and dive into our first build, the level 5 Blighted Warden.
In the shadowed underbrush of the ancient forest, where the line between decay and growth blurs, the Blighted Warden moves unseen. A spectral guardian at the crossroads of life and death, melding the Gloomstalker's mastery of darkness with the Circle of Spores' eerie command over fungal life. They are the embodiment of nature's unchecked, wild ferocity. With each arrow knocked from their twisted, spore-infested bow, they strike with the precision of night and the inevitable spread of decay. A silent protector of the natural order's darker, untamed side.
So there we go. There's our thematic intro.
I have to finish the story.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard? Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard?
He's gay, but he has a special connection to classical music. There's many things that are interesting about him.
In Avatar: The Last Airbender, it is done so well. But here's the thing. It grows to be more in depth. The spirit world becomes a thing, and it grows even more in depth after that. More layers get added on more layers, right? Not everybody in the Earth Kingdom is good. Not everybody in the Water Tribes. They're not all underpowered, right? Because the Northern Water Tribe is so strong. And not everybody in the Fire Nation is evil. The layers continue to be added the longer the story goes on. In your campaign, do that. Most people have a hard time starting a campaign because they don't know where to start. They think they need 7 kingdoms, hundreds of houses, thousands of NPCs. No! Stop! You don't need that. What you need is one town, one place, 4 or 5 NPCs, and an inciting incident.
What a joke. I worked my ass off to get where I am. And you take these shortcuts and you think suddenly you're my peer? You do what I do because you're funny and you can make people laugh? I committed my life to this.
Every day I wake up and I hope you're dead. Dead like if I can guarantee Henry would be okay, I'd hope you get an illness and then get hit by a car and die.
In this video, we're going to talk about secondary objectives, a way to make your combat encounters spicy, delicious, fantastic. Secondary objectives enhance combat in D&D to an exponential degree. Let's go ahead and dive into number 10. Rescue missions. Task your players with rescuing an NPC or retrieving an item during combat. It will help add layers of urgency and potentially even a moral dilemma. My favorite example of this is instead of sending the players to kill the goblin camp that may raid the village, right? That's a consequence. Sometimes that's good enough. The goblins abducted the blacksmith. And now they need to save the blacksmith and kill the goblins. It's a secondary objective that spices things up.
You people should be thanking Christ that I am who and what I am because you need me. You need me to save you. You do. I am the only one who possibly can. You're not the real heroes. I'm the real hero.
Holy
Boo! Hi there, everybody. Welcome back. It is unmuted. I checked. So, picking up where we left off.
Double check there.
Yep.
Double check.
I see it. I can see the levels. That's what I noticed before. Was there were no levels. Hello. Yeah, see, Duke hears me. I hear the stream. That's good. That's good. So, that's where we're going to go ahead and dive back in. Our party just made it to Yurei Manor, home to the tree spirit, and also home to the shrine that apparently has been corrupted. So, all of you now stand in front of the manor. There is only one way in. As far as you can tell, most of the other bits of the house, they are either boarded up or closed off, or there are these runes that seemingly glow these dark green and gray colors, these staving wards off any of the other entry points. It seems as though whoever has been living here, whoever has been existing here, has been trying their best to make sure people don't get in unless it's from the main entry.
I mean, we going in.
Yeah, it looks like there's only one way in, right? Is that what you were saying? Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
What was our
And the shine
formation
bright-
again?
Shine bright like a diamond.
Spad? No, what
oh
was
yes, shine
Lad.
bright like a diamond.
it? Yeah.
Oh, it's not even splad, it's splad. Blad.
Shine bright.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a diamond splat.
Splad. Yeah.
Splad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Slavic name.
So we're in
Splad.
Splad formation.
Yeah.
Which was, we should probably do Suni in front because of his aura. I think that's what we
Mhm.
decided.
Yeah, Suni's in the center this time.
Yeah.
In the front. Because his aura.
Cecily, were you in the back? Was that
No.
what we did?
She was in the center with Carastilla.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then it was Suni, Wrench. Well, now it's Suni, Renchi, Ajax, Bianca, Carasilla, Cecily. Splad. Also, I lost connection, apparently.
No.
Come back.
It's not
I'm
very
trying.
splat of you.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no holes in this mansion. All right.
Is that a question?
Yeah.
It sounded like a statement.
I mean, there's only one way in,
Yeah.
so there's probably no other holes. Unless they're
Motherfucker.
small holes.
Joe, can
Do
you?
you want to like look through like a window?
Nah, I was just wondering if we could just like climb up the roof and get on the roof. And then
No, one of
enter
the
from
things I
top.
said earlier is not only are the windows boarded up, but over a lot of them there are these like magical protection staves that glow gold or green and gray, seemingly making sure that they don't want anybody to go in except for in the main entry.
Okay. Also, can you kick me out of
Not safe.
the game so I can log back in as myself?
Yeah. John has been kicked from the world.
Thank you.
Loser.
It's fun that it says from the world.
So I guess with Suni leading the way, unfortunate that Cameron's not here, we're just like sending him forward for his aura. We shall enter as Splat.
Okay. Go ahead and do that. Okay. Oh, that's not how I wanted that to be, but that's okay. Okay.
This is crazy. Well, man. Also, apparently we shouldn't be playing today. The next session is Saturday, January 2nd at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, really?
So, mhm.
That's crazy. Okay.
All right, guess I'm joining as Kayla.
All right. Let me, real quick, give Kayla permission to. Okay. All right. So, as you enter the manor, immediately the first room that you step into is a withered garden. This garden within the inside on the first floor here. Once beautiful, but you can see upon your first entry, they are these blight infested plants that just sort of move and slide all throughout the room. There is no clear path forward. And in fact, as all of you begin to step in with this like sense of organic life in the area, you can see the vines, they begin to reach towards you. They're not able to make it just to the entry, but they want you to come in. They want to consume. So in this scenario, this is a bit of a skill challenge where all of you need to get to the other end of the room. The thing is, you do not know where the exit to this room is right now. In order to make your way through it, you will need to cut away at some of the branches, cut away at some of the vines, avoid other things, and somebody will need to, through a couple of successful investigation or perception checks, find the exit. However, you can't even attempt to find it until you start moving through the room.
Okay. Just because Cameron's not here, and I assume the answer is no with the plant life and everything, but does he seem like does it seem particularly interested in him or anything? I don't even know if he has a spell, like part plants or some shit like that. So.
No. In fact, if Cameron was here, one of the things I was going to say is Suni feels rejected by this plant life. Ignored. They are, the same way that a living person trying to communicate with a corpse. That is what happens with these plants.
Okay.
Well, I'm hesitant to use fire because I may burn down the entire building.
Yeah, not the mood.
Yeah. That would be the easiest way I could clear the vines.
I mean, surely if you could do just smaller little fires, like cantrip level fires, you're not gonna.
That's how they
burn
all
everything
start.
Down.
Yeah, just don't hit any brown, dead plants. Just hit the
You
green
also have
alive
water,
ones.
if you did
they're all
little
dead.
bits of flame and then you just douse it,
I know.
Okay. Bianca, let me get.
Ajax is just gonna slice shit. He's just.
Yeah, Bianca can follow behind him, so she's got her bow, so she's better at dodging probably but she's really good at investigating. Let me find it. Yeah, her investigation is really good.
Actually,
Carousel's gonna be team investigate instead of slashing a deal with these things. 'Cause she doesn't really have anything for that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say for the first time in forever, I'm gonna use my hand axes instead of my spear because spears are good at poking things and not cutting things. So
that's fair.
Before we start cutting things, I could do my ephemeral dance thing where I could just walk through everything and kind of scope it out.
Oh.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
How long does that last for?
Once per long rest as an action, the wielder can phase out of existence, becoming ethereal for 1 turn.
Oh, so 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
Let's see.
Can you find?
Never mind.
Why don't you use that? Yeah, save that for a combat, or if you get stuck in the vines to get out, rather than this.
Especially when long rests are a bit valuable right now, I think.
Yeah. Exactly. So I guess Renchi and Ajax, if you want to start carving a path, and then Bianca and Carasilla can do the investigation-y stuff that they need to do behind you guys.
I imagine Suni's also able to cut away through a lot of
This is true. I just, yeah, he probably worked really well. I just didn't want to volunteer him to get stuck since he's not here.
Before we start hacking away, I think Renshi will just try and like prune a plant to see what happens when we do make a cut.
Yeah, so upon making a cut, getting close enough to one, you can see it kind of lash out at you, and just as this test, Renshi, it reaches out, lashes out towards you, you make a slash at it. As you make that cut directly into the skin, as this is just a test, there is, as soon as you make contact, there's this puff of toxic gas that emerges from within the creature. You take 1 point of poison damage.
Good thing to test.
Slashing is not the mood. We want to be dodging. It's
So Ajax is going to take the cape that he has and wrap it around his nose and mouth.
I still think we should probably just dodge instead of slash.
Yeah.
But I already did it.
I'm proud of do it just in case. I mean, it's a good thing to have just in case something happens.
Like a little nerd over there, but I think the rest of us are dodging. So.
All right, I'll tank.
All right, Joe, I have a second test.
Okay.
I'm gonna have my water skin ready to shape water with, but I'm gonna shoot a firebolt at a vine and see what happens. And I'll do it from a good 30 feet away.
Okay. So you firebolt as it makes contact with the dead, withered vine as it tries to reach up to grab towards you. The firebolt makes contact. It begins to burn away the vine. And as that hard exterior is burned away and the gas is exposed, there is this small explosion directly on top of it as the vine sort of retracts back into the mass and another one emerge from where it was at. So fire seems to cause explosions.
One mission in
or
Baldur's
whatever
Gate.
the shit in the Underdark.
This is kind of fun. Like, I kind of want to see what each effect. I don't want to actually do that, but it's also kind of fun. Well, dodging to investigate.
I think. Okay, I'm gonna use fire very sparingly.
Is it just like is it like a walkway?
No,
Like,
there's
straight walkway?
no discernible path.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me
Are there...
let me get this annoying question out of the way. What was the radius of the explosion?
5 feet. I mean, it was really only the imminent area where the gas would have been.
Adjacent people.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is there a possibility for Ajax to walk towards maybe a larger clump of these things to draw attention of these plants towards him, they're all kind of grasping out at him so that people can go past certain patches? They'll still have to deal with other other patches of plants, but Ajax wants to try to act as a barrier on a section where people can just walk past because all the plants are trying to grab Ajax.
Yeah, I mean, you could mitigate some of the damage that other people would receive, but I mean, the room is covered in deadly thorns and blight. So you can draw some of the attention, but it wouldn't remove any danger. It would just mitigate danger.
They on the ceiling too?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Okay, this doesn't solve the whole issue, but game changer. I have a second level spell called Warding Wind. One of its abilities is it hedges out vapor, gas, and fog that can be dispersed by a strong wind.
And also, that'd be awesome. And if we really needed to cut him from a distance, Ajax can throw my blade to hack through everything, and I'll just summon it back to me from a safe distance. And then you can blow the gas away, and we're extra safe.
But I thought they were growing back after
They just come back.
Never mind. He would have to do it really fast.
Okay, well, how about this? The wind is going, right? Cecily, wind is going, and when we cut them, the little poison should just go that way, go forward away from us.
I would like to try since I got good dex, I got good investigation, I can go out there and just see how things go.
That sounds. Hey, it's your character. If you want to just.
So.
I mean, the impression I'm getting is we just have to go and investigate and dodge the plants.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd prefer that route than trying to like.
You're trying to
do a bunch of slashing. If it's just gonna like keep going back. Yeah.
Explosions and gas and everything.
Fine. The cautionary brains of the group telling us not to go cut shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like the wind spell in case anything goes really bad, especially if there is more like gas and stuff. But like, I think to avoid just explosions, like.
All right. Well, I'll keep
I think
it
we
as
have
a
that
plan
as
B.
but we try and get through by sneak first.
Just so we're clear, warding wind is a radius effect as well. It's not like a line or a cone. So it's going to be Cecily and then people close to her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a vortex that pushes the gas out. So
one thing I will say for Evan, your idea with Renshi, you could do that to save someone from getting grappled. I would say, like, you could throw it to destroy a plant if you hit. I mean, to hit like a specific vine, you'd have to roll to hit. It wouldn't just be throwing into a mass of vines, which is like auto. But you could at least do that to try and break somebody free.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I think we have a good amount of fail safes if we want to just start getting in there.
Thank you, Furby, for the 2700
Oh
bits.
Ferb. If we want, I'm fine to go first to see if this goes absolutely miserably. So, yeah, sure.
Shadow slide
Do it.
back to us if it fails.
I don't got that. Raven Queen took that from me.
Look, go ahead and do it. Ajax is literally just gonna run through plants. If you need help. My dex is not great, so
we need to figure
he's
out where
just
to
gonna rage
go.
through.
Yeah, let's. Bianca,
Actually, you know what? Just before, just really quick. Can Ajax put his hand out to like one of the smaller plants? I just want to see how strong these things are before I go barreling through any plants.
Yeah, sure. So you reach your hand out towards one of the clumps near the edge. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, no, okay. Danger sense?
Yeah, you can see it.
19. How many dice are you rolling right now?
There we go. Sorry, I was trying to find my...
I've made a mistake.
I was trying to find
Ajax is just dead now.
4 of them. Okay, so 19, that is a success. You still do take 12 points of damage, and you are not grappled. So as you reach your hand out, it lashes out, it cuts into your palm and wrist, and you can feel the poison just barely begin to seep in. But the thorns, they still do make contact. They still do shred at the flesh. But before it can wrap a hold and pull you in, you retract your hand, shredding it even more, but avoiding being grappled and having your movement speed reduced to 0.
Okay, cool. So they hurt, guys.
I have another dumb question before Bianca runs in there, because I just thought of it. Do we, or could Suni, or does anyone, even Bianca, like, know how these plants are sensing that we're near if they can't see? You know what I mean? Like, how are they? Is there a stealthy way, like maybe that they won't sense us, kind of thing, or is there like, do they have like little, like, I don't know, tremor sense? Like, what is going on here?
It seems as though it is an organic life situation. They are attracted to blood and flesh and food.
They can
So-
sense like a heat sense kind of thing.
Yeah, I would say that, because I mean, Ajax, one thing that you'd be able to feel is the vine itself was brittle cold. I mean, it was like it'd been laying there dead for who knows how long. So it seems as though the heat is drawing them.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna
Fireball
move
the whole room.
really quickly. Then I'd like to try and move as lightly and quickly as possible while making an investigation, so that if I can like do like a little lap, and then see if I could find even where to go, and then we can brainstorm how to get through them to get to that exit. That's what I would like to do.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so you sort of run 30 feet in, run 30 feet back, and seeing what you can see?
Yeah, trying to get a good, if I have to go in like a circle to get like a good like look at the room and everything, that would work too.
Okay, just trying to be as dexterous as possible. So first things first, go ahead and make a perception or investigation check as you begin to run into the room, trying your best to dodge out of the way. See what you see first.
Roll. Oh, very good. 26.
Okay, 26, no second check needed. You can see that you run 30 feet in, this central area is about 100 feet in diameter. You can see 60 feet back in the back room. So you're halfway there right now. There is what looks to be a very steep stairwell that goes up to the second floor.
Okay.
However, I do also need you now to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. That was almost a natural one, and I almost pooped myself, but it's a 27.
Okay. Sorry, I'm so bad at math.
Me too.
So that one is not that much at all. That was really low damage. That is 5 points of damage total.
Okay. Is that necrotic, or is it bludgeoning or something?
It is poison and piercing.
Okay, that's fine. I just because of the whole dead thing, I was like, maybe?
Nope, no necrotic yet. So dexterity saving throw to get to the middle of the room is successful, but then...
Bless you. Sorry, did I ruin it for you?
I
ruined
think so,
it.
yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. So you either have a choice. You are the same distance from the entryway to the stairwell. So you can either mad dash towards the stairwell and attempt to get there, or you can run back to your companions.
I mean, if it's the same distance and I can tell them where to go,
For sure.
because there's nothing I can add to the group getting over here besides another body that needs to get over there. So I'll just let them know where to go, and then I'll go ahead and try and get to the other side then.
Okay,
if
so
I'm already halfway there.
Bianca, you yell that out to your companions, and as she points it out, from where you're standing, you can just barely see what she's talking about. There's no way you would have been able to see it from where you were at, just looking, but with her aid, you are able to pinpoint it. Bianca, as you run towards the second set of second area, I would like you to make another dexterity saving throw.
31.
31, okay. 10. Oh, that is a lot more damage. Okay, so 10. Takes 16 points of damage that time around.
Okay.
That's halved already. But the most important part is you are stopped from being grappled. As the vines try and grip hold of you, they try and rip you away, but you are able to get to the stairwell and you are able to begin to climb up. As you get right up to the edge, one more dexterity saving throw as you try to escape the room.
Escape. 36.
36, okay. One more round of damage. That one was definitely lower. 11 points of damage that time around.
So now that I've kind of gotten out, I would like to. The thing I would like to help with is when people are coming through, if they need to like jump or if they're stuck by anything, I'd like to be able to try and like reach out my hand and like help people get in. You know.
Okay, so yeah, if anybody is trying to jump up and they do the attempt to be grappled, help action, pull them up. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I like to. Cool.
How far away is Bianca? Like the position we're trying to move to?
About 60 feet away.
Okay.
Well, push come to shove, I have Misty Step, but Joe, when the vines get broken or burnt or whatever, how quickly are they replaced?
I mean, pretty quickly. It's probably like like 3 to 6 seconds, anywhere between like half a round and a full round of combat.
All right, I'm just gonna say this idea out loud, and then you're all gonna shoot it down. Okay, everyone ready for that? Fireball, we dash through.
I'm for it. Let's do it.
I'm just concerned about burning everything else down.
Now you have water magic, right?
I have the shape water cantrip and a water skin. I don't.
Well, don't you have the whole transmute spell or whatever? I don't remember where you could change it.
Wait.
Is water
Do you have your
damage
hand
type?
still?
All right, I gotta ask 3 questions. Who wants to go first?
You have your hands still?
Wow.
I'm just getting the question asked.
Do I have
So-
my hands? What, my Bigsby's hand?
Bigsby's hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you able to ride on that? Like, you've done that before,
Oh
right?
shit! Yeah, couldn't we
I
just?
think
It would. There's vines everywhere, not just on the ground. It's on the ceiling. Yeah.
Well, would it help though, not going directly through them, like give like an advantage or bonus or something? Because it'd be a bit more of a distance away from them because it's not directly on the ground.
I don't know. I feel like
They're also on the ceiling. Like I said, they're like everywhere.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just thinking about reach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if anything, I could summon it and start punching vines, but that feels not effective.
Sorry. So my question was, if you still had the transmute spell, so if everything really started blowing up, you could do like an ice ball, which would melt.
I could burn another spell slot and ice ball it. Yes.
I know that's definitely not ideal, but
yeah.
How,
But it's an option.
If we did do the fireball, how do we know that we can even get into a safe radius? Because there's so many. Wouldn't the explosion radius almost be like
so
exponential with everything you hit? Or
the explosion? Well, the fireball is going to be 40 feet wide. When all the vines explode, that's going to probably be like 50 to 60 feet wide. And then if we all dash, I think we can just...
well, because like all that gas explodes.
Yeah.
And then
I
doesn't
think
it
it's a
just
big
all
assumption of
just
magnitude? I think
Yeah, this is a.
I think it's not going to be a 1-to-1 with a minor little explosion if you do like a big ass thing like a fireball.
This is a. Someone left the gas in their house on, and now their house isn't there anymore. It's
Right.
exploded.
That's what I'm saying. I think if I did this, they would all start to explode and the room would fill with gas and the house would light on fire. So I think we should do something a little more controlled. But that was a thought. Other thought is I can just warding wind to protect us and we can all just start running through. Which I think, given the amount of ifs, is probably a better thing to do.
And if you are doing the wind, which would blow back like gas and stuff, and they're doing slashes to like protect and everything, then that would cover the whole like gas part.
Question.
Right?
Oh, sorry. Answer that question.
I would say that, like, one slash could protect one person. You know what I mean? Like it's not like
Yeah.
Ajax and Renshi could do like rapid attacks to protect everybody. It's more of like a
Right.
vine is coming towards Suni, somebody
But
can slash it.
With Cecily's wind thing
Mhm.
and then the gas, would it be blown away before it could affect anybody since while they slash kind of thing, like a combo?
Yeah, I mean, in theory that would work. You don't have any idea until you try it, but it
Right.
makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's best just to try and just go through it, and we can keep the whole slash and wind thing as a protective thing if we need it.
Yeah.
I was going
Like,
to
I think that's
ask,
just the easiest thing.
Is warding wind from you outward, or is it a radius around you? Like, can
It's
we...
me outward.
Hmm.
Yeah, it
so
has
you
to be
couldn't
me outward.
transmute warding wind to be ice and just freeze everything around you as you walk through.
It's not a damage spell, so I can't do that.
Damn it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, though. Imagine.
I'm thinking
Joe?
about it.
I mean, I will say
Ajax is
just
going
for
last, and
Parasila's... Oh, go
Yeah,
first.
Ajax is going last. Doesn't have good. The only thing saving him right now is danger sense. His dex is shit. So
Yeah, I want to get through myself. I want to use my little Hellfire Dagger to get me over there, because I imagine it allows me to go quicker than I would be able to, like, just dash through. And my intention with that is to hopefully be able to, get through a little quicker than the vine's able to react. Again,
Mhm.
just to get any kind of bonus or whatever to getting through.
Yeah, sure. I'll say since you're being like magically moved via the Hellfire Dagger, I'll give you advantage on the dexterity saving throws.
Sick.
There's still a chance though that they could grapple you and reduce your movement speed to 0, so keep that in mind.
Yeah.
All right, so Carasilla is going to try and Hellfire Dagger through, so it'd still be the range is the max range on a dagger is 60 feet, right? To throw.
Conveniently so.
It's a 20.
Okay, so then yeah, you could throw it, and you'd only have to make the 2 because the 1 to escape and then the 1 to get over there. So are you guys moving as a group, or are you letting Carasilla go first because she's using the dagger to get over there?
I say let's all start just moving as a group and problem solve as people get grappled.
yeah, let's just do this. Let's fucking move forward.
Just a reminder, I'm ready with the help
dividing.
action. So when Carasilla gets over here, help action.
Okay.
When someone else gets over here, help action.
Ajax is going to rage.
Okay. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and do Carasilla first, just because that's the quickest one. Your first one will be with advantage because of the dagger you're flying through, but Carasilla actually climbing up the ladder, you'll get advantage because Bianca's there. So Carasilla, go ahead and make your first one.
And these are deck saves, yeah?
Dex save, yep, with advantage.
I just have to roll it, please.
Oh wait, what? That was an 11 and a 5? That was weird. Wait, mine didn't roll with advantage for me. It 2 showed up, but it was just...
Well, yeah, because if you do it with advantage, it doesn't show through the thing, so I just roll it twice. That's the first roll, so with the advantage is the 18.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, mine was acting really weird. Okay, cool. Okay, 18, that is a success, so you are not grappled, but you do take half damage. Oh, that one's a little higher. Luckily, you succeeded.
Luckily.
Come on, buddy.
Oh no, you said something, you messed it up.
Sorry.
God, why am I so stupid?
No damage.
17 points of damage. There we go.
17. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was half.
Ow.
So you throw the dagger, you see the vines lash out towards you, they try to grip onto you, they shred through part of you, but you're able to compel yourself to the dagger. You get to the ladder, you begin to climb up, gripping onto Bianca's hand, her pulling you up. Go ahead and make one more dexterity saving throw.
This is also with advantage, yeah?
Because of Bianca, yep. Woo!
Well, 20.
Good shit. All right. So 20 is a success as well. Oh my goodness gracious. That's cocked.
I hear the natural one.
Wait. 14 points of damage on the second one.
Yeah.
Okay. But with that, Carasilla, you are pulled all the way up and pulled to safety. So now we go to Suni, Renshi, and Ajax and Cecily. As I understand what you guys are doing, you're running. Cecily, you're using the wind to eschew any poison explosions that may happen. And then Suni, Ajax, and Renshi are slicing at any vines that come close.
Yeah, and if we get to like, you said that there's really no way we can help each other. It's really just a one-to-one thing, right? Like,
well, you could help one other person, but Renshi helping Suni means that nobody is protecting Renshi. You see what I mean?
right? And there's no way to protect ourselves and someone else. It's
correct. Yeah.
A one-to-one thing. We're either helping someone else or helping ourselves.
Yeah.
What's your dexterity?
Mine?
Yeah.
15.
Okay. I haven't.
I do have something I could
Suni's
do
is 20
to get me there, like instantly, and then I could help Bianca help everyone else. But I don't know if I want to use that ability for this.
Ajax is going to be cutting at any of the vines going towards Cecily.
Okay.
And then just prey on my danger sense to save me from any vines trying to grab me.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're gonna do that to clear the path for me, then I will use the wind so that I don't get gassed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can I use my shield at all to help in this, like, to protect myself?
Since these are dexterity saving throws, no.
Okay,
sadly.
that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Suni can cut his own. Suni can just keep
Yep,
himself safe by.
He'll cut his own
stuff.
And then Renshi, are you just using the teleport 30 feet ability with the the face step?
I was going to once we moved 30 feet.
Okay, so you'll go through the first one trying to slash at one of your vines?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. Sounds good. So the vines are very quick. They are pretty hard to hit as you go to slash out at them. So we'll start with Cecily. So the vine comes out. Ajax, you go to strike it with the hand axe, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. 18, as you go to cut with the hand axe, you just barely miss as the vine flies out, grips a hold of your arm, Cecily. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Come on, baby, I got a +3. That's all we need. Okay, that's a middling number. 15.
Okay. 15. Cecily, you go to dodge out of the way. The vine grips hold of your arm and you stop as you take full damage. Oh, yikey, bobikey. Oh, well, never mind. It was just high on that one. 8.
One job.
9. You take 20 points of damage and you are grappled, Cecily, which means your speed is 0. Oh, not restrained. Grappled. Speed becomes 0, cannot benefit from any bonuses to speed. It ends if the grappler becomes incapacitated. It also ends if you remove the grapple, or if you remove yourself from the grapple. Okay, Ajax, a vine comes out towards you. Make a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Love to see it.
Okay. Ajax.
This went so bad so fast.
12. You take 19 points of damage. Wait, some of that is reduced. Some of it's poison, but some of it's... Thank you, Furby, for the 5 gifted subs. Yeah, 2 people are restrained. Maybe this will make them feel better. Okay, so you take... what is that? 6, 9. So, oh my god. 3, 6, 9. Yeah. Rey Mysterio. Okay. Okay. So, you will take 5 points of slashing damage and 7 points of poison damage. Yeah.
Easy.
Okay.
Easy, easy.
But then you are also grappled. Speed is 0. Okay.
Yep.
Suni is slashing at the one that's coming at himself. Oh wait, let me not make this a private roll. Sorry. Attack. Normal. A 30 will hit. He is able to slash it out of the way and is able to make it the rest of the way. Let me just, for a visual aid, do this just that way we can see who's safe.
Very helpful.
Suni is able to make it to the halfway point, leaving Cecily and Ajax behind. And then Renshi, we move on to you, last person. Go ahead and make an attack roll. $25, that hits. All right. So you're able to slash at the one coming towards you and are able to move up to the halfway point with Suni. You said there was something you were going to do at the halfway point, Renshi?
I was going to phase step, but seeing these two that were grappled behind us, is it clear, like, if I wanted to somehow hit the thing that's grappling them, is it clear where I could hit to safely not hit them?
You do see, but that's something you'd have to do on your next turn, your next rotation.
Okay, I was just wondering.
And speaking of that, is it possible for Carasilla or Bianca to do a ranged attack on the things grappling Cecily?
Because you guys are so far away, it's hard to help in any way. There are vines sort of wriggling and writhing on the ceiling, on the ground.
Right.
Suni and Renshi are kind of in the way, so it's a really dangerous shot to make. I mean, you could try, but, you know.
No, I'll let y'all handle it. I'll just try and help when you get here.
Okay.
Do I have time to say something back to Cecily and Ajax?
Sure, right as you get to where Suni's at, yeah.
So Renshi is going to be slicing his way, twirling around, getting to where Suni is. He's going to turn around and see that Ajax is getting tangled up, and is kind of looking back towards Bianca, looking back at Ajax, not sure what to do. And he's going to ask Ajax, Cecily, is there something I can do to help? I should stay here, right?
No, get to safety. We'll be fine.
Are you sure?
She'll nod. She's fine.
Okay.
All right. So then with that, Renshi will... I don't know if I have to wait to the next round, but I'll face step to Bianca and Carasilla.
Okay, you face step from where you're at. You can see the next floor, so you're able to face step up. You don't need to climb up the ladder. Okay. Alrighty. So with that, we'll go ahead and come back to Cecily. You are up first. You and Ajax are kind of going in tandem. So if there's anything that Ajax you want to do to help Cecily or vice versa, you can do that now. As well, actually, oh man, Cecily, as you are there, before you can react, there is a second set of vines that they don't go to wrap around you, but initially as you're now grappled, there are these like flowers that descend from the ceiling, and there are these of smoke out in front of you, but because of the wind wall, flies away.
Hell yeah.
Is that concentration?
Yeah, it is.
Before we...
Yeah.
It was 20 damage you took, right? So, what, 10?
10, yep.
Yeah. I need to roll a natural 2 or higher. Wouldn't it be funny if I rolled a 1?
Okay. So, a dirty 20. You're good. You still maintain concentration. The gust of poison comes towards your face. Who knows what it does? Blows away. Don't need to worry about it. Cecily, Ajax. Same thing happens to you, Ajax. Blown away. What are the two of you doing to try and get out of this situation?
Just so you know, Ajax, this is also incredibly loud. Like, we could hardly hear Renshi just now.
What?
Just so you know. Well, Ajax, you're free to help me out or ask for my help if you would like, but my current plan is I can Misty step out of this grapple to the halfway point and then just try to make it the rest of the way. I'm okay using those free spell points to do that.
I think first, before you do that, Ajax is going to try to cut you free from the grapple.
Okay.
That way you can make it to the halfway point and then just Misty Step to the end.
Makes sense. Okay.
I'm using the spear this time because I was doing hand axes for flavor, but I want my plus 12 to hit, so.
Fair.
You just throw the hand out.
If it was a normal spear, you might have a little hard time cutting through it, but this is a magical spear with Jesus Christ, with radiance and lightning magic. It can cut through the vines.
Yeah. Just because I can, I'm gonna roll a superiority dice on that. Give me an extra D8 for a goading attack for some reason.
For sure.
Yeah.
24 hits if you want to take that back to save the resources.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. 24, you stab into the one gripping hold of Cecily. It cuts through. Cecily, you're able to run forward. Go ahead and make your dexterity saving throw as you get to the midway point.
Yeah, looks bad again. 16.
Okay. 16, as you get to the midway point, you are grappled once more. However, you can see the exit, so you do take the damage, but then you can Misty Step.
I will go ahead and Misty Step to the end after I take the full damage then.
Okay. 16, 18, 29 points of damage.
Ooh, okay. All right.
It's badly injured. Oh, shit.
Oh, wow. All right. Concentration.
Yep, DC 14. Good.
26.
Nice. And then you Misty Step up to the top, no longer grappled.
For about 8 seconds, it sounds like Suni's in a car wash with the windows down.
Okay. Alrighty, Ajax, you are grappled still. You can make a contested athletics check or acrobatics if you'd like for some reason to try and break free.
Yeah, I was going to ask a question.
Yeah, sure.
My dexterity is very bad, but my strength is very good.
True.
What are the odds from here to 30? I just take full damage and use my strength to get through this. I just want Ajax to run through this because he's not going to be able to dodge this shit. I just want him to barrel through and ripping all the plants off of him, walk through all of this.
Just pulling the vines like ropes.
Yeah, he gets grappled.
Okay.
Rips him off. I mean, he's taking the damage, but he's also.
Okay,
yeah, Can I do anything with my strength?
Yeah, let's do this. Let's have you roll a athletics check with advantage because you're raging, and whatever you roll on the athletics check, that's what you'll reduce the damage by. All right.
23.
So you're going to take max damage from the vines, but you will reduce it by 23. I need to pull the fucking calculator. I suck at math, dude.
Well, some of this is piercing damage. That makes that matters.
Okay, so well, let's see here. So 16. So Ajax, through your raw strength, through the barbarian rage within you, as you move to only the halfway point, keep in mind, you will take. So just so it would be 32 points of piercing damage, halved to 16, and then 12 points of poison damage. That is not halved. So
16 and then 12
for 28, reduced to 5 from your athletics check.
Nice.
Oh, I take 5 total
because you reduced the damage by your athletics check as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
So yeah, just brute force. You run through.
Big fur.
Suni, hopefully Cameron's okay with me doing this. He's going to use a second level spell to Misty Step, just so that way we don't have to worry about doing any more rolls. Okay. Then Ajax, it is up to you. You now have to clear the 30 to the end.
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Go for it. As you just barrel through.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Athletics check again.
Okay. 27, even better. Okay. So I think you would take, because the difference would just be of what you rolled, so it's 4, so you would only take 1 point of poison damage as you get there. Now here's the thing: as you go to climb up the ladder, there's no brute forcing this. This is a situation where you have to dodge, but you get advantage from danger sense, and I'll say add a d6 from Bianca's help action.
Woohoo! Oh yay!
Hold on.
D6.
Mm-hmm.
D6.
So that is 21.
Why is
it
It's a success.
21.
Alrighty. So you will take a number of damage. 12. You'll take 6 points of piercing damage. That is halved already. And then you will take 5 points of poison damage halved from the success. 10 total. But with that, you all make it up the steps.
I imagine Ajax gets up and he's just got thorns and plants and all. He's just kind of picking them out from his fur.
Yeah, like they are like when you go into like a really like grimy, gross lake and you have like leeches all over you. That's what you have. It's just you ripped the vines out of their bases. So now you just have these vines wrapped around, matted in your fur.
Do I have a natural ghillie suit right now?
A painful natural ghillie suit, but yeah.
Cecily has about 400 cuts on her
I look like this
and her face.
Like the swamp monster.
Hey,
That's not good.
That sucked. Just wanted to get that out there.
I agree. Is everyone okay?
As you say that, Ajax, as all of you are standing on the second level, let me check the D&D Beyond. Okay. Yeah. So Cecily, you have the lowest hit points right now. Statistically and visibly, you look the most strained. So.
I don't like that. It's
I don't like
taking
this.
long for him to figure out what this does.
Private roll.
Your soul
What's Cecily
is.
at right now?
Huh?
What is Cecily at right now?
44.
Also,
Okay.
I'm going to drop concentration on warding wind. That's probably assumed, but I just want to.
I will also
Take
say
that.
Ajax was going to give Cecily a potion.
Well, we'll see what happens first.
Yeah, I mean, not gonna lie, I was gonna pop a couple of low-level cure wounds, just because I feel like potions are something we want to keep.
This is taking way too long.
Sorry, something's
Cecily, you're dead.
something's messed up with the thing. I just had to fix it real quick. Okay.
We assumed you were just rolling 900 dice.
Yeah. Bro.
Well, you rolled 1 and rolled a 20.
Of course he did. It's Joe. What else does he roll?
No.
It's nice knowing you. Sorry you have to die again.
Cecily, you are considered surprised right now also due to the nature of this ability.
Who's waiting up here? Bianca and Carousel have been here for like 5 minutes.
We don't even know if it's a move.
That's true.
We know nothing.
Sorry, I'm being sassy, and I don't know what's happening.
Cecily, as you sort of get up, you were the third person to get up there having Misty stepped. You sort of take a look in your surroundings. You can see that off in the distance, it seems as though there is a opening that leads outside to a courtyard of some kind. A covered courtyard. There are these terraces and this very what at one time was probably a very beautiful patio. However, you feel this immediate pain directly in your back. None of you hear this. Even, I believe it is Carasilla with the highest passive perception of 22. Carasilla, you do not hear it, as a silent blade descends upon Cecily. Stab. Whoosh. Cecily, you feel your body is racked with pain as shadow and death descend upon you with a natural 20 sneak attack. It is assassinate, and it is a lot of damage because you are surprised. You take 110 points of damage.
Cecily's a lot.
Well, I'm not at negative of my maximum.
Yes.
That's what matters.
Cecily cries.
I am at about negative 70.
Out in pain, falling unconscious onto the ground, and all of you see an individual cloaked in shadow and dusk appear. They look towards all of you, and all of you can attempt to make one attack right now as you see this creature appear. This humanoid. Okay, so we will go down the list that I just have in front of me. So, Renshi, one attack.
Okay, so one attack.
Not an attack action, just a singular attack.
Okay,
this is a quick reaction. You see him appear, something's about to happen, Cecily falls, you immediately stab just as okay. That actually, Renshi, because it's you, he is going to use his reaction to parry, adding 3 to his AC, allowing him to riposte and make a strike against you. So as you slash towards him, there is this dagger that flies out of nowhere, deflecting your blade, and then another dagger that's thrown towards you, attempting to impale you right in the chest.
Am I able to have a reaction to that?
Do you have an ability that's a reaction?
I have a lot of reaction stuff.
Okay. So you will take so sorry, that's a 26 to hit.
That hits, but I guess it's too late to do that.
You will take 16 points of damage.
Oh, so no reaction? I can't do any reaction?
You can do, if you have an ability that says reaction, then yeah, you can do it.
Okay, then I would have done something else, but that wouldn't be fair at this point. But I'm going to do reaction to attack. When you're hit by an attack, you can use your reaction to gain temporary hit points equal to your fire level.
Okay.
So 13 temporary.
Okay, all right. So you take the, what was that? What did I say, 16?
I said 3. Am I wrong?
I don't. Oh, I think so, yeah. Why are you gaslighting me right now? So I have the 5, 7.
No, what he's saying is
9.
You said it was 16 damage, but he's reducing 13 of that.
Oh, okay.
To 3.
I thought you said. Yes. All right, cool. Sounds good.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I thought you were trying to tell me I said 3, and I was like, oh. Okay.
So I know it's to be quick. I'll take this damage, but did I notice that you said because it's me, he did a reaction or whatever.
Correct.
Did I pick up on that?
You did. Yeah, Renshi would have been able to catch that.
Okay, so then when I do this it's kind of like a back and forth. I go to attack, he does his thing, and I do my thing, and it's like a whoa shit moment.
Yeah, it's very like, okay, whoa. And very similar styles too between the two of you. Okay, so then from Rinchi, Ajax.
Do I have to use an attack?
What are you thinking?
He's gonna kneel down and use healing hands on Cecily.
That is acceptable.
Okay. So he's going to grab for the spear and then look at Cecily and notice that all of the rest of his party members are about to attack. So he's going to place his hand on Cecily and use his healing hands. Touch a creature, regain a number of hit points equal to my level. So Cecily, you gain 13.
Nice.
Hit points.
I'll apply that. Cool. I'm at 13.
Also, if I can, I'm just gonna pull Cecily, slide her across the floor behind me.
Okay, sounds good. Then I will just roll for Suni real quick.
Slice them up soon.
That is a 16 to hit, which is a miss. I'll send a screenshot because I know that sounds like I'm lying, but I promise you I'm not.
I don't think you're lying.
I know,
Unless
but
you are.
If you were lying, you would have said a more believable number.
Yeah, if you were lying, you wouldn't have said you were lying.
Okay, I typed the wrong name, so this screenshot is called Subby, not Suni.
That's all right.
Oh,
know
the
too
camera
much
comes
about
back.
Suni now.
You know,
Yeah,
of all the typos.
The camera comes back. We just call him Subby.
Subby.
Subby to subby.
Okay, so he goes to make a strike. Once again, it's so strange. You see the blade that he uses, the one that he used to stab Cecily. I mean, moon blades are typically dodged, but you see this blade come in contact with Suni's moon blade, and the two make contact and stop each other as they bounce back. As you can see Suni's eyes go wide, seeing what looks to be a mundane blade deflect one of the blades of energy that he has. Carasilla. Could be an attack, could be a spell that's in action, just something quick that you do in response.
Yeah, I mean, I was also wanting to get a little fucky with it, because noticing, I'm guessing, the exchange that happened between Renshi and them, this isn't just like a straight up shadow spawn, right? Like, this is a person that is like hooded themselves, right?
Correct, yeah. I mean, it is a person that has been influenced by the Dark One for sure. But not a shadow spawn.
Yeah. But she does notice the thing with Renshi, right?
For sure, yeah. Your passive perception's high enough to see that.
So then, the spell I wish to use is suggestion. I know that's not a quick thing, and so am I able to still use it? Question mark.
I would say after, let's see what Bianca does first, and we can say that as the attacks fly out, after the last one is when Carasilla finishes what she was saying, and that's when we'll see if the spell takes place. So,
I'm okay with that.
all right.
'Cause the other thing. Oh, actually, no, I can't because I need the bonus action first. Never mind, ignore that. No.
Okay.
I want to antibiotic him, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, no, it's just one quick thing. Okay,
Yeah.
Bianca, then what do you want to do? Take shot, use an action. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
So I just had a quick clarification. So from what Bianca or anyone can tell, he came from hiding. He's not like an ethereal being like what we were dealing with outside, right?
You do not know.
Wouldn't know. Okay.
No,
so there's
because
no clues or hints.
nobody saw him.
Okay.
All you saw was you all were standing up there, and then Cecily had a blade in her back. I mean, he appeared out of nowhere. It could be stealth, or it could be something more. You just don't know.
Well, I'm gonna take a chance because I don't even have my Crimson Right active, so I can't even use one of my other abilities. But when I take my shot, I'm gonna add Cerberus's mark. It's not an action of any kind. It's just I can imbue my attack with this feature, which gives me an extra D8. Yeah, at 11th when end up. But also then for the next minute, the target is unable to benefit from invisibility or become hidden from me. So hopefully that could help us from him getting away. But we'll see. So first I have to hit him. But just wanted to let you know that I'm doing that. So 21.
21 just hits.
Okay. So here's the reg damage, and then a D8 for the Cerberus's mark. So yeah, he can't be hidden from me. There's nothing else extra, but hidden, or what was the other one? I don't remember. Hidden. Invisible or become hidden. I figured ethereal plane would trump those, but
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
fine.
So bolts goes flying, impales. You can see this mark of Hades branded on his armor, this bright glowing red sigil. And you can see that does kind of shred or shroud his face in, illuminate his face in light. But with that, Carasilla, you begin to speak your words. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, full suggestion, just going out a limb here. I think this is Jin. I don't know. And so, for the session, she's just going to say, "You'll stay here and you'll answer questions. Just a talk, alright?"
Okay. All right. Let me see here. Okay, it is just a wisdom saving throw.
DC 20.
Let me double check one.
If Hoyer had any reactions, he would have already used it for Renchi as well.
Yeah, I'm just checking something real quick to see his immunities.
Damn, of course.
Well, don't of course yet. I don't know. I need to find his thing. For some reason it's not on VTT. I just need to double check here. Okay, no, there is only a damage. He only has a damage resistance. He does not have a status resistance. Okay, so wisdom saving throw. DC 20. Okay. That is a failure.
Okay. And I mean,
You will stay here and answer questions.
yes. And so, assuming that he is not then doing anything because he did fail, first thing, I'm gonna just get rid of that hood real quick. See who we're working with.
Okay. You can see he does sort of reach his head back. And due to the way you phrase the question, he is going to stab you.
Why didn't I think about that?
So that's a 19 to hit.
It's fair.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was dumb.
Okay.
Stay here. Doesn't mean he won't get stabbed in the process.
Okay, so
All right.
Carasilla, you will take 15 points of damage.
That's fine.
And you are able to remove the hood. As you do, it is not Jin. You do see a man whose face and head is almost entirely decayed, same as the plants around him. I mean, he is practically a dead man walking. As you see one of the, say this now since you have a better idea. Wait a second. Here we go. View character artwork. There we go. One of the servants of Desmond O'Malley, one of the bandit captains. Hiroto, the Silent Blade.
Man, that guy's sick. Leave him alone. Let him be.
Ignore the
Continue
fake
his lore.
characters in the background.
Continue his lore throughout the world. Let's not kill this guy.
Carissa's also going to look to Renchi to see if there's any recognition with who this person is, because they've obviously been involved, at least with the 5th, right? If they have the same movements and actions and things.
They're just two samurais, you know? They're just two
Maybe.
samurais looking at each other.
Summer Renchi, make a history check. As you try to recall information from past selves.
Okay.
Well, that did not come through. What'd you roll?
Sorry, I was reading something to see if I wanted to use it.
Oh, okay.
But here it is.
All right, 26. You do recognize this individual from Spring Renchi's time as master of the 5th, although it was a short period. You did have someone come to you to be a part of the 5th. One Hiroto Yurei, one of the descendants of the lords of this manor. However, you could see that he had quite the problematic attitude. Very demanding, thought very highly of himself in a similar way to Jin, but there was something darker about Hiroto. And Renchi himself would have been apprehensive of letting someone from the Obokami clan into the way of the 5th anyway, just because of the curses associated with that island. So you rejected him from the school.
His name is Hiroto. He was rejected from the temple.
You see his eyes light with rage and fire and anger, but he does not speak any words.
Joe, can I stab this guy?
Yeah.
Well, don't we want to ask him more questions? Or are we trying to kill him now?
So he just said he speaks no words.
Well, he still suggested to answer, right?
Yeah. That
Or
wasn't
is
the
he,
question.
like,
That was stating
mute?
his name. But if you want to kill him, go off, I guess.
No, go ahead. I took that as he doesn't talk, so we should just kill him.
Oh, I see. No, I think he
I
can.
understand.
We can have
But-
him draw the answer in dirt with his sword.
Yeah, I mean,
We can ask
All
yes
right.
or no questions.
I mean,
okay. If
that
he stabs
question's
someone
plural,
else,
so we do have
Ajax is
questions.
ready. Ajax has an action ready. If he stabs someone else, he's getting stabbed. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not gonna sit by while he just keeps stabbing people while we ask questions. He's gonna get stabbed if he hurts one more person.
It's really funny though.
All right, I would say one more
Jack is
statement.
like, fool me once.
One more statement or question can be made before the minute's up.
hold on. It's not 1 minute. It's 8 hours.
It's 8 hours? I thought it was 1 minute. Concentration up to 8 hours.
It's 8 hours or until the course is complete.
Oh, until the course is complete. Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. So until we finished asking questions, then yeah, right?
Well, stay here and answer questions. You didn't specify how many. So until there's a multiple of questions.
Man, a multiple can be 2. I didn't think about this well enough. I apologize.
Well, he's gonna be stabbing, so I think 2's pretty good.
Could be 2.
Or we just ask
Could be
one
more.
and we just leave him here for 8 hours.
Oh my gosh.
We could just never ask him questions and just
We
leave.
ask them all at the same time.
Well, who has a question?
I don't.
I'm just trying to make it one question now because I like the idea of just leaving him for 8 hours. Because I mean, a little bit of change, but obviously, like, we know here in the shrine there's also that rock thing, right? Yeah, that's here.
Or are we talking about a stone or the creature?
What? Oh, well, I mean, because there's the tree spirit things, but wasn't there also... Because the area like around this little district, right, is like affected because there was like a corruption of like a stone thingy that was like in the shrine here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that a thing? Yeah. And so like we need to find that whilst we're here, and so I figure potentially asking about that might be a good route, or because like since this isn't someone that I thought we knew, I don't know how much we want to care about who he is specifically.
Yeah. About his backstory.
Yeah. We don't need to hear all that.
Yeah, let's get some like information to help us while we're here. That's a great idea. And maybe if he has some information about the Desmond that's here and like what he's like, where he's at specifically, what he's doing, etc.
That could also be a route. But what I'm thinking is like, you know, if we want to make it one question, so like what do we want that topic to be? Like, do we want to ask about Desmond, or do we want to do what we're here specifically for, you know? Like in this little location.
Yeah, no, we can do what the main one. I was just giving a suggestion. I like what you were thinking.
Okay. And since I feel like we'd be able to find this within 8 hours anyways, maybe it's not best to go location, but like more so like what happened with it? Like in terms of how it was corrupted, because if we know that, then we can fix it. Right?
Yeah. I think that'll be helpful.
Yeah. And we never got a name of what this stone is, right?
No.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, she'll just ask. There's a stone that's kept here in the manor. Something that is somehow tied to the rest of this land. I want to know how it was corrupted. What had happened to it.
Karasilla, you hear within your mind as Hiroto is unable to speak aloud. He speaks telepathically. He will say, the blade, the stone. The stone was corrupted by the Dark One's might. And I can tell you, you will not break the curse, for the stone lies in the ethereal plane. And its guardian that protects it is the tree spirit itself, driven mad by the shadow that runs through its veins.
She will just nod. Thank you for answering a question. But perhaps we will only ask the one. You can stay here for now.
I think Suni would say aloud to all of you, So what? We're just not gonna ask him anything about Desmond?
What would you want to ask?
I don't know. Anything? Where he's at, where he's hiding, what traps he uses, if there's any weaknesses. I mean, if he has to talk about it, then we should make him talk about it.
I think that, given everything that Desmond has already done, he's not going to stay hidden the whole time. He's going to wait until he has his upper hand that he's after, and then I'm sure he'll find himself out here eventually.
But I think Suni's right. We already went through these plant things, and look how much it hurts Cecily. We can't really afford to keep moving forward blindly through whatever Desmond has planned for us. I think we need to at least ask some questions that can give us the upper hand, or give us something that can lure him out at least safely.
This won't be the only henchman we run into.
But this might be the only one we have the chance to ask questions where he has to answer.
I'm okay. Let's ask the questions then. And then let's kill him.
No, I don't want to inconvenience us at all. It's not what I want to do. I just hope that when we come face to face with Draven Hunt again, Carasilla, that you can show restraint then too. I remember that was an issue once already.
If you want to ask questions, you can ask questions.
No, it's okay.
I think we need to ask some more, but I don't think I should be the one to answer, or to ask. Spring rejected Hiroto for some obvious reasons. This is the fate that he chose. And I don't think if he's going to answer questions, he's definitely not going to answer mine. But I think we should figure out the safest way to get to Desmond, or at least the safest route to, or way to deter him, at least.
First, at least want to make sure that Cecily's a little bit more stable.
I was gonna say Ajax is going to hand Cecily a greater healing potion.
Again, if we don't want to use all our potions now, I can also pop a couple of first levels because I'm really not going to use those for anything else.
Well, I was gonna say Ajax still has a superior on him, so
I'll pocket the potion for later for sure.
okay.
If you want me to
So
have it over you.
I'd rather use something renewable now, though. You know, that's all I'm saying.
No, I get you. I get both of yous, and I'm gonna hold on to the potion. What is it? A superior? You said?
No, greater.
Greater.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, I'll happily put 3 just first level cure wounds into Cecily first.
If no one else is asking the question about Desmond, Bianca will. Since people were having some disputes on who would ask.
I'm fine to ask. I just want to make sure that Cecily's not going to be on death's door when we do eventually have this guy hostile again.
That's true. I see.
Yeah, but go off.
Before a question is asked, Ajax is going to position himself behind this guy. So, if things pop off, he can't get too far.
Did you want to ask it, Gemma? I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
No, you can ask. It's fine. I know
Okay.
you had one, so yeah.
So yeah, Bianca then, once everybody's ready and in whatever position they want, she'll ask, tell us where, wait, sorry. Do we, because like I have a few gaps since I missed some of the information that we got from about Desmond, so I don't want to ask dumb questions that we already know. I know we know generally where he is, but we don't know specifically where he is and what he's planning, right? And like what he's surrounded by. Like we don't know details, right?
Yeah, so I would say that, by the way, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I mean, you know, generally from what he sent to Desmond, or sorry, what Desmond sent to Suni, he wants to be in control of Opokami. Like, he wants to be the lord of Opokami, but anything other than that, you're not exactly sure.
Okay, then yeah. So
Don't we know that he's like where he is? Like he's in like the big city that's way up north, or whatever, right?
Yep, he's in the capital up north.
but we don't know specifically where.
Correct.
In the capital.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I will also say I do have scrying, so if we want like specific locations, I can probably get that from that as well. So I
Okay.
think if we want to focus on like what his plan is or like weaknesses, I think that'd be better.
Okay. Then yeah, she'll ask. What does Desmond have in plan for us when we arrive? And where are the, I guess, oh shit, I don't even know how to phrase things. I shouldn't have been the one asking this question. I guess, like, what's his weak points? However you would phrase that, not casually like this.
Desmond's weak points or his
Yeah.
plan's weak points?
Both, all of it, everything this guy fucking knows. So yeah, everything you know about the plans, his weaknesses, the weak points in his plans, what does he have in store for us, etc. Of what he knows.
Desmond's goal has been, and always will be, to sow as much chaos so he can capitalize on it. And Bianca, you hear this in your mind. The island of Opokami has been broken for 2,000 years. Desmond isn't making anything worse here. If anything, he'll fix it. Once the vaults of Adarashi, the vaults of Akai open, the sacred artifact will be ours once more, and our land will be free. That is what Desmond promises. That is what the Dark One promises. And in all my years of worshiping the light and the gods of Adarashi, they have never once tried to help. Even when I left, the curse followed me. He then looks towards Renshi, hatred in his eyes, and then back to you, Bianca.
Okay, so he's going after this artifact that we're also going after. Right? Like, we're already going after this thing.
Yeah, you guys are. It is in the vault of Akai City, which you believe is also the same place where, for one, Desmond was told to go there by the first Sunni. Oh my God, Sunni was told to go there by the first Sunni. And then also you believe that there might be a way to enter the heart of the spirit realm from within there.
Okay.
Right?
And it seems like he's not going to answer the rest of the question, kind of like he's refraining on answering anything else, kind of thing.
I will say, Carasilla, as you feel the spell begin to fade, he does linger there for just a moment. For potentially one more question before the spell ends.
Do we want to, I guess, if we don't have any other, like, technical questions, do we want to do something for Sunni and, like, his backstory? Like, do we know why and how these two are connected yet? Like, beyond just, like, the whole, like, he woke up with his name. Like, they used to, like, I guess, work together.
If you want to have Sunni ask the question, we can just flashback next session. and let Cameron ask the
let's
question.
give Cameron a question.
If
Because
you
I
guys
kinda-
are okay with letting Suni ask a question.
Yeah, because I don't want to waste it on a dumb question that Cameron already knows the answer to that I just can't remember.
Yeah. Okay. All right. If everybody's cool with that, then yeah, Cameron can ask a question next week when he's back. Okay. All right. Cool. So as the spell ends, Carasilla, you feel it come to a conclusion, and all of you see as he takes a step back into you, Ajax, he fades through you into the ethereal plane. Carasilla, you can still feel him near, not exactly, but there is a sense that you have that he's near and then he's not. You sense him leave that sort of third, or that sixth sense, third sense. You smell him, he's not there anymore. You have that sixth sense that he is gone away and no longer nearby. So perhaps now, the next time, if there is a next time that he approaches, you might have a better idea that he is coming closer.
His cologne is extra strong.
So, did you say he steps back into Ajax and then disappears?
Yeah.
Like into the ethereal plane.
Yeah, but it looks like he just disappears, right?
Yeah.
So Ajax is
like, oh God, God, am I possessed?
he's like freaking out.
No, don't.
I think you're good.
I will add though, because like obviously before she was able to kind of look into things, well, I guess be in things unintentionally. I know there's obviously the scent, but like if Carousel like uses as an anchor to like try and see if she can like willingly see into the ethereal, I don't know. I'm just curious.
Yeah, go ahead and make a, let's say just a straight wisdom check. Or not wisdom, charisma check. Charisma, sorry.
Okay, I do this better.
Yeah.
Oh, Gemma.
I've been this lucky.
Damn. What knickknacks are you keeping on your desk lately? I need to get me some.
It's just a bunch of crochet currently, so.
Those big boss chew things.
God, of course, it's the musk sticks. Jesus Christ.
20 on me right now. Fuck off.
Okay, so as all of you see him fade away, Carasilla, you step into the ethereal plane. It's not looking into, you become a part of it. And all of you see Carasilla disappear, same as he did.
Wait, no, hold on, come back.
And
What the fuck?
I'm going with it. Let's go.
Uh-oh.
No.
You get stabbed next.
Carasilla,
Yeah.
as you step into the ethereal plane near this corrupted manor, you hear this pained roar. This rumbling within the ethereal plane. You can see your companions, none of them react. You move over to a window and you look outside, and you can see rolling around the entire area this snake-like creature, slamming into walls, destroying trees, smashing into corrupted groves. This massive snake-like monster, currently drenched in flame and fire, with poison and pus dragging off of its body. Hundreds of twig-like arms shooting off in different directions. You see a tree spirit. You believe it is anyway. You can see that natural growth to it. but it is consumed by corruption and shadow. As you see an ulcerated tree spirit, corrupted and twisted, gargantuan in size, probably what Carasilla has read about the size of purple worms, rolling around outside. And after a few moments of watching it, you see it stops. It looks up, not towards where you are, but past you. And it begins to slide around the building, sliding up. And you can see that its body ends up going over the window you were looking out, covering the entire room in shadow, going up to the very, very top of the building, where you believe someone has just retreated to and called upon this tree spirit. And Carasilla, as you look back to your companions, you can feel yourself called back to a degree, but for the next maybe 8 hours, as a bonus action, you can either yourself willingly step in and out of the ethereal plane, or in this moment, as you step back into the material plane, all of your companions do. You feel this connection with Ajax, thinking of the walk from the other day, that moment that you snapped into that moment. You look to him and Ajax pops. Ajax, you look around in the ethereal plane, and Carasilla, you will him back in. Now, you can only do this with one creature at a time, Carasilla. But for the next 8 hours, as a bonus action, you can send someone to the ethereal plane and then at will recall them. And on that note, that is where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session. So,
yeah,
that's a pretty cool.
Ajax is perplexed.
Could I, one thing I wanted to do, probably while Carasilla was doing all her really cool stuff, is I did want to activate my Crimson Right so I could get my one feature ready to go. If that's okay.
Yeah, is that
It lasts a long rest.
Okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, just don't forget it for
next week. I guess it doesn't really matter now since you're probably going to be entering combat, but I'll do it now anyway. It's fine. Fuck it.
Not to spoil too much, but you're not going into combat first things first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Of course, max damage to myself. Why not?
There we go.
Kind of yourself, Bianca.
You should. That was a real deep cut.
Only nibbles.
I think the questions were very, very important, but part of me feels like we should have just jumped that punk while we had him, you know?
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Hey.
I wanted to stab the shit out of that guy.
Hey, you know what?
Sorry.
Questions are important, and they were good questions.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul. But, you know, we kind of let him get the element of surprise again. We should have just kicked him.
Nah, we can pop into the ethereal plane now.
He's
Well, so
marked
can
by
you.
Cerberus. Not Gemma. Carasilla knows his cologne. This bitch ain't got none.
And I will say, as soon as you make an aggressive move against somebody under suggestion, the spell ends. So somebody would have got one attack off, and then he would have been able
That's
to
less health
act
in
again.
the combat.
Yeah.
Well,
As
he
long
probably
as-
would have healed.
As long as it doesn't take you guys an hour to get up to the top of the building.
What if I stroked his chin and then cast Cone of Cold?
Okay, well, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for the Tales of Everend. We're dressing up fancy for some reason. Special. So be sure to tune in for that. Saturday for the Isles of Avarion. Next Tuesday for what will probably be the last streamed session for a while. Kayla and I were going to be in between houses as we're moving to a new place. So next Tuesday will probably be the last stream for a couple of weeks. We're still going to keep playing, and I'll just do like audio logs of the sessions. Oh, I could just record them and then upload them to YouTube.
Yeah, you can record the
Jesus Christ, I am so stupid.
Could you imagine if you
Um,
went through all the work of doing the audio logs? Then
That would have been really funny. That would have been really funny. I can only imagine. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm sorry you had to see that idiocracy come from my brain. We have the technology. Use the techniques of your trade. Thank you, Furby, for the Tenacious D reference to pick me back up. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow or Saturday or next Tuesday. Okay, bye.
JoJo's